to the left. Becca's looking that way. And still looking. Takes off running. Carson Beck with his legs. Puts Miami on top.
Let's get nasty on a Friday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 202, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. What a game it was last night. I thought that was phenomenal. I thought that was, we're not always guaranteed in any college football, NFL, NHL, NBA, list goes on. We're not always guaranteed a great game. That was an excellent game. Excellent finish. Yeah. It was fun all the way through. Ole Miss has nothing to hang their head about because they could have won that game. Miami could have probably won by more had their DBs been able to
catch the damn ball, man.
Yeah, be able to catch the ball, but that's why they're defensive backs and not corners. But I thought that was an excellent game, and for as much criticism, including right here, I mean, CD, you and I have been kind of critical of Carson Beck. You
guys should be ashamed of yourself.
And I am, just not for this. When it comes to Beck, he made the big plays last night, whether it was the big throw to his slot receiver Martin last night, right before half, or obviously the run, the game-winning touchdown. I thought Carson Beck did everything he needed to do to win that game.
I said yesterday that I thought Trinidad Chambliss would have like 3 touchdowns passing and 1 rushing. Carson Beck, he had 2 passing and 1 rushing, the game-winning touchdown. But I do want to, we gave not only a lot of crap to Carson Beck, but we gave a lot of crap to the College Football Playoff Committee. Yeah. And you are, I don't know if you're listening. You should be listening to the Fast Lane.
I thought you were going to say we gave a lot of crap to Marshy. And apologize to Marshy.
Oh, hell no. He's here every day. He's okay.
Wow.
The committee is the one that deserves an apology.
Sorry, Marshy.
Thank you, Jamie.
Right.
Thank you.
Don't let him fool you. He's not on your side. That's what he does.
Pulling it out. By the way, I said Martin. I meant Keelan Marion.
We're 2 minutes into this show and you're already getting at me?
You did it. You started it with the damn light. You looked at me.
Who wants the damn heat lamp?
You looked at me and then you said something that I can't say on air.
I did.
And so that's why now I'm back.
Well, you looked at me with a squirrely eyeball. I mean, I feel like a McDonald's friggin' cheeseburger under these lamps, you know?
I was wondering where you're going with that, but you landed that thing perfectly. Well done, Jamie.
But no, the committee, man, they did a fantastic job. Like, I didn't know the reasoning for having them jump Notre Dame. I felt like Notre Dame was, they just kind of got dismissed and thrown to the wayside and didn't really get the opportunity that I felt that they deserved. But Miami has proven, hey, we are the best team for this situation, and they are in the College Football Playoff National Championship.
We still don't know how Notre Dame would have fared,
don't.
But the committee,
both of those teams last night,
maybe. But at the very least, you're right, CD. The committee has been justified.
They did a good job
for putting Miami in.
I gave them credit. Take some of it back because they put Alabama in. So I just forgot about that.
Here's the thing. Miami, the way that the committee had Miami so low compared to Notre Dame was where the beef was. That's where they screwed up to begin with the earlier rankings. Because at the end of the day, Miami was a better team than Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. I think everyone just looked at the SMU loss and was like, well, this team's not good. No, they're a good team.
Yeah.
Sometimes good teams lose games.
I mean, to Carey's point, maybe you put Notre Dame in over Alabama. I mean that's really where the argument probably was. And Carey, to your credit, you pointed that out at the time. Last night, I thought, too, we actually did this where we say, hey, if Miami wins the game, how does it look? Well, it's Miami's defense playing stout. It's Carson Beck not making mistakes. Miami's defense wasn't great last night at all. Trinidad Chambliss and that Ole Miss offense neutralized that pass rush for the most part. And unfortunately for Miami, their DBs kept going down. They had a bunch of injuries in the secondary. You also had the one defender that was
targeting, got kicked out of the game.
I mean, come on. He's going to miss the first half of next week.
And
These
that's
are
a bad
kids.
call. It's a bad call because I need more referees that played. Like, if you're refereeing college football or NFL, I would like to have more of those people that actually played at that level because the young man is going to make a tackle and the Ole Miss receiver is slipping. So when I launch or when I try, and I know launch is probably a bad word because then it gives you the indication that when I go to make a tackle, if I go to make a tackle at your stomach or your waist and you slip,
I'm going to hit you higher.
I'm going to hit you higher because you're lower than my aiming point when I started to make the tackle. So that young man from Ole Miss was slipping, trying to get down or slipped and got down, and now you hit him a little higher, but that wasn't the intent. There are times when it's intent, and that was not the intent. I think you need to understand
I felt
and
the
be
same
more
way with the Ole Miss targeting one, where he's like trying to catch the ball at the same time, and then they go face to face.
Right.
He's not like launching himself. He was trying to make an interception, and they call him for targeting because it was helmet on helmet.
But they took it back, though.
Oh, did they?
They did end up taking it back, so he didn't end up getting the penalty.
Yeah, that was a good callback.
But you would think that maybe they would do the same thing with Miami, but they don't, and that led to a touchdown. Or at least it led to points. I think they ended up kicking a field goal on that drive because they ended up stopping them near the goal line, which was a huge stop at the end of the day.
It was. And while we're on the topic of the referees, I know they're not going to throw the flag. That was PI at the end of the game. I know they're not going to do it.
When you got your hands,
he had him at the collar.
It's both players, though. Like, we often look at the defender, but the wide receiver also knows they're not going to call it. He could have yanked him down if he really wanted to. So they're both using that arm bar. The receiver's trying to create separation. The DB's holding on to him.
Sure.
I don't mind that call unless it's just absolutely egregious where somebody tackles somebody, the DB tackles the wide receiver, or he's so much, in an aggressive manner, not allowing him to catch the ball. They're both arm fighting, trying to get position, and it's the last play of the game. And again, you all know my stance. One play does not make or break a game.
No, it certainly doesn't.
The thing that probably turned it most for Ole Miss and put them in a position where they couldn't win was Lacey getting hurt. When he went that long run he has for a touchdown, I think he tweaks his hamstring a little bit, and he doesn't play for the rest of the first half. Goes in, gets some treatment, puts a sleeve on his leg, but it wasn't the same burst. He still had a couple of nice runs, but I think that more than anything else changed how Ole Miss was attacking Miami, because Miami couldn't get to the quarterback. They were ineffective defensively. You spoke about it, how many times they dropped interceptions that literally hit 2 or 3 people's hands and fell to the ground. Miami gave Ole Miss every opportunity to win that game, but the Lacey injury, I think, hurt them more than anything else.
I agree. I'm a big proponent of can you gain control of the game? And I wonder if Ole Miss could have gained control of the game at some point if Kejuan Lacey stays healthy.
Here's a real hypothetical question. Ole Miss win that game if Lane Kiffin's coaching?
I don't know.
Does Lacey still get injured? Because I think it's more.
I don't know if they do.
Yeah. All of these things are hypothetical, but I think of some of the play calling at certain times. I think of some of the decisions it made. Like, when you have a guy like Lane Kiffin, as much as some people either love him or they can't stand him or somewhere in the middle, he's extremely intelligent when it comes to football.
It's a really good question, Jamie. I'll answer it this way. At no point last night did I think, this is the Kiffin effect.
See, I did a couple times.
Did you?
Yeah, offensively, a couple times there were plays that were called. I was like, yeah. A couple of trick plays and things like that. I just wonder if he would have had something more appropriate for certain times.
The only time my buddy Mark, who went to Ole Miss, we were texting back and forth last night, he said, he goes, I think Lane would have went for it when Ole Miss settled for the field goal. Instead, they do kick the field goal late, and maybe Lane Kiffin dials up a play there, and it's a touchdown instead of a field goal. I don't know. It's all like you said, it's hypothetical.
But you sit there and you wonder, and a lot of the staff missing too that were there throughout the season.
Sure.
Like every person makes a difference.
There's no question. There's really no debate here. Ole Miss would have had a shot. They had a shot anyways without the coaching staff to win the national or at least play for a national championship. And credit to them. We got to get to Ryan Clark of ESPN, CD's former teammate with the Steelers. So we're going to get to Ryan Clark. By the way, at some point we got to talk about one of the most exciting players in college football in Malachi Toney. I know you mentioned him yesterday, CD.
Yeah. What'd that guy do?
He's a freshman. We're going to see him for 2 more years.
Yeah.
He is a sensational player. All right, Ryan Clark. We'll dive into college football, look ahead to the NFL, talk to RC about all things football next on 101 ESPN. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Super Bowl champion Carey Davis and NHL veteran Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by NFL ESPN analyst, Super Bowl champion himself, proud alum of LSU, and CD's teammate with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's Ryan Clark. RC, how are you?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What's going on, man? How are you feeling about this college football playoffs?
I mean, it's fun. I wish LSU was in it, but I think, what the people are getting, what they've created, the sort of the level of play, the intrigue, the ability for more teams to have an opportunity to win the championship outside of the selection committee being an absolute circus as they lead up to picking the 12 teams to sort of just drum up that excitement, drum up that marketing. I think they've done an extremely good job because you think about all these games, the attention they've garnered. You look at Ole Miss's last 2 games and the way that they've played, Miami making this run, starting in Texas A&M. I mean, it's just been about as exciting of a couple of weeks for college football as you can get or hope for.
Now, RC, I love you, and you said something a couple of weeks ago that made me so proud. You almost stood on a chair and announced that the SEC's reign of terror is over. And I want to know, when you said that, you're absolutely correct. But what do you think has changed in the landscape of football? Is it just the transfer portal? Is it NIL that is causing all of this parity now?
Everybody can pay players. That helps. I think that's the I sort of think that evens things out. But you have to really look at NIL, the transfer portal, in this way. It used to be that the second string corner at Alabama or Georgia was this 5-star who could start anywhere in the country. Now that kid doesn't wait. That kid doesn't say, oh, wait, it's fine to start my junior year, play 1 year under Kirby Smart, 1 year under Nick Saban, become an all-SEC player and be a first-round pick because this is the best place for me to develop. This is the best place for me to win a national championship. All of those things have changed. And you don't get to win kids over anymore just based on the prognosis of their development, their proximity to greatness and championships. That's not how it works. And so I do believe that things have been spread out so much throughout the country, and in that they don't have the time or they don't have the opportunity to develop this 5-star kid for 3 years and watch him flourish in their program. That kid go play at Michigan State. That kid goes to play at Oregon. That kid leaves and goes play at Indiana. And so we're seeing just a more level playing field where execution, where coaching, where health all plays a huge part in how these teams play down the stretch of the season.
So, Ryan, you talk about, the coaching and whatnot. Do you still think that some of the big-time names in coaching has the same cachet with some of these kids? Or, like you said, is it the NIL money? Is it the opportunity to play?
Nobody cares about who's coaching. That don't matter.
That's a quick answer. All right.
Because you have to think about how young these kids are and how self-absorbed they are. When these dudes don't nobody looks at any of these coaches like they looked at Nick Saban, right? That sort of reign, that sort of prowess, that sort of wisdom, that sort of understanding, experience, those things mattered to us because that was all you had, right? Nick Saban couldn't lure us to Tuscaloosa or Baton Rouge based on the fact that they were going to pay us the most money. So our parents had to like him. Our parents had to be captivated by him, had to believe he was a great leader of men. They don't care who's the best leader of men when your first question is how much money you going to pay me. It's free agency. It's the NFL, right? If you pay somebody. Now, what happens is the better schools have the most money. And so if you're the 5-star kid or if you're Sam Levitt, the big-time transfer from Arizona State, most likely the schools that are recruiting you that can pay you the most monies are also very good football programs. But that's what this is about right now. Do you think, let's be honest, Sam Levitt, that comes from, I think he's at Michigan State, right, who has now become probably number one quarterback in the portal. Do you think he can do that without Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State? Kenny Dillingham, because my son played for him before he transferred to Notre Dame, is one of, without a doubt, the best football coaches I've ever been around. He's passionate. He's intelligent. He understands play calling. He understands delegation. He understands empowerment. That's why this team was in the college football playoffs last year, even though they're undermanned from a roster standpoint. Sam Levitt is what he is in part to Kenny Dillingham. But he won't be playing for Kenny Dillingham this year. Why? Somebody's going to pay him more money. They're going to have better people around him, which allows him to elevate his game and his draft stock while being richer. That's what this is about now. If it was just about the dude coaching, he'd just stay there because he knows how good he is. But that doesn't matter anymore.
Right. Ryan Clark joining us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Ryan, great matchup tonight between Oregon and Indiana. I think one of the underlying factors in this game that I don't think a lot of people are talking about is that Jordan Davison, the physical back for Oregon, is out. In the first matchup between these two teams, Oregon couldn't run the ball unless it was Davison. How do you see this game playing out, and do you think there's an underlying storyline that maybe not enough people are talking about?
Well, I think one of the big storylines, which I'm sure everybody's talking about, is turnovers. Right, like who protects the football? Dante Moore, 2 turnovers when these two teams faced each other during their regular season. 2 turnovers versus James Madison. Another interception against Texas Tech. And Fernando Mendoza, who also turned it over, I believe, against Ohio State, protected the ball against Alabama, made the right decisions in the pocket. They aren't the more talented team, Indiana, that is. But they're the sound team. They're the team, especially when you watch them defensively, alignment, assignment, adjustment. They're always ahead of the curve. But as far as when I look at this game, it's going to be, can Indiana, again, get Dante Moore to turn the football over? Can they create extra possessions and short fields? And I believe if they do that, they win the game. But Oregon, in the way that this team played defensively against Texas Tech, who spent a ton of money in NIL, should have took it all back from the offense. They should have took back every single penny, and they should have took all the money from the offensive coaches. That's how bad they look when they were dominated by Oregon in the last round. Watching Indiana play Alabama, the things that stood out were how sound they were, but the physicality in which they played with. The way the running backs got downhill, the way the defensive line spent so much time in the backfield of Alabama, and a 5'9", 175-pound corner knocked Ty Simpson out of the game because there's a standard that team has to play to. And so I believe this game will be close. I think it'll be exciting. But I do believe in the end, the coaching, the preparation, the execution of Indiana allows them to get the win.
RC, I want to shift gears to the NFL, and we got Wild Card Weekend, and our Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Houston Texans. Pittsburgh defensively to start the year was a bit embarrassing, but they have figured some things out. What do you think about this game on Monday night for our Steelers?
Well, first thing is, I don't know how we're going to score a point.
See, we got DK Metcalf, man. We got to just throw the ball up to him. That's my plan.
Man, I don't care if we got DK Metcalf. So the thing that Aaron Rodgers and this offense have relied on was yards after the catch. You're playing against a Houston Texans team that tackles extremely well in space, and also the tackles of the Pittsburgh Steelers have struggled all year, and you're facing Will Anderson Jr., who's a Pro Bowl and who's also probably the second best pass rusher on his team behind Danielle Hunter. Then I think outside, when you look at Kamari Lassiter and Derek Stingley, it's the best pair of corners in all of football. We're talking about guys in year 2 and 4. And so I just believe that this team right now defensively has a chance to put themselves or have themselves in every single game. And so now it's on whether or not you could put pressure on C.J. Stroud. And we know Terrell Austin's defense has had to bring extra players in order to put pressure on quarterbacks. And so now that leaves you, can you win the one-on-one matchups outside? Obviously, this is the playoffs, right? I don't expect this game to be a blowout. But if you've watched the recent Pittsburgh Steelers playoffs games, they've gotten off to slow starts. If you get off to a slow start against Houston, and now that defensive front can peel or pin their ears back, understanding that you're going to be in must-pass situations, that's not a recipe to win.
Ryan, I'm looking at the Bills-Jags game. If you'd asked me this halfway through the season, I said, well, it's the Bills for sure. But the Jags are playing some of the best football we've seen maybe in ever from them. And Trevor Lawrence looks great. Two great quarterbacks. You know, if you had to lean one way or another, which way would it be and why would it be that?
I think it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you watch Baker Mayfield down the stretch last year and Trevor Lawrence down the stretch this year, there's something Liam Cohen does for quarterbacks. A way that he expects them to play, a way that he expects them to sacrifice, and the level of accountability that he holds them to that I believe unlocks all the potential they both have. Trevor wasn't great and consistent early on in the season, but the last 8 games, he's been phenomenal. And I think here is the question I would ask you. If you cut the tape on, right, and we did a blind test, and we put the numbers of one quarterback up, but you couldn't see his number, his jersey, or the colors he was wearing. Then you did the other quarterback. You'd pick Trevor Lawrence. Mm-hmm. The only reason we'd say right now that Josh Allen is the best quarterback or the better quarterback in this matchup is because we know who the two quarterbacks are and what they have been. But if you're talking about the way they're playing right now, the edge goes to Trevor Lawrence. The edge in skill players also goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars outside of James Cook, who I believe is the most underrated rusher in football. I'm picking the Jaguars. I believe that the Jaguars win. And defensively, not only are they turning the football over, but they've continued to be more and more sound. And Anthony Capinelli, the defensive coordinator, has been able to be more creative down the stretch as well as this year has gone on because they've gotten more comfortable and he's gotten more comfortable with the players. I think Jacksonville, man, has a chance to win it all. They're playing with extreme confidence. Their quarterback is looking like the kid they always thought, everyone thought he'd be since the age of 14. And I'm excited to see it because there's no quarterback under more pressure than Josh Allen.
A couple more things for Super Bowl champion Ryan Clark, and maybe RCU just answered this question, but if I were to take away the Rams, who are you most confident in Wild Card Weekend?
I mean, are you taking away the Rams because they're the Rams or because they're playing Carolina?
Because they're playing Carolina.
That's fair. That's a fair question. I don't know. That's a good question. That's one I haven't been asked or really thought about. And I think the answer is going to be unfortunate for me and Carey because I believe it's the Houston Texans.
Carey's going to cry.
Man.
You know, I think they have a great matchup for what they do well. I believe C.J. Stroud, especially when protected, has been extremely underrated. And if you take the top seeds in these playoffs in the AFC, the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, C.J. Stroud has more playoff wins than all of them combined. He's been there. He's seen it. He's tasted what it feels like to play on the road. He's matured through that fire. And I believe DeMeco Ryans is an absolute coaching star. This defense is top level. And I have them not only winning this week, but making a deep run and being in the AFC Championship. And so, to me, that's the team I'm most confident in, which I hope jinxes them and they lose.
There you go. RC, last question from me. You are a proud LSU alum. What did you make of the whole Lane Kiffin kerfuffle and all of those things that took place with him becoming the head coach down there?
Let's see. I can't remember the day Brian Kelly was fired, but I would have to guess that since that day, there's maybe 2 days me and Lane Kiffin have not texted about something. I probably have like 5 group text messages with Lane. He just sends different things to each group. I like Lane. I think Lane made the right decision. I believe anybody who was in their right mind and they got out of their feelings and said, hey, do you want to coach at LSU or do you want to coach at Ole Miss? What's best for your long-term prognosis to win championships? Everybody knows it's LSU. It's no question. But in the situation he was in, people wanted him, the outside Ole Miss coaches and players and fans wanted him to make a decision that was about the temporary good versus the long-term success. And he didn't, and he shouldn't have. I think the rest of it, because obviously I'm close to the program, I've had many conversations. He was in constant conversation with Pete Golding. He did. LSU okayed it. He did want to coach. LSU wanted him to coach because their thought was many games as Lane Kiffin can win and be on TV in front of other people, that's more kids that get to know or get to believe Lane Kiffin's a great coach. Ole Miss decided against it, which I think is a smart decision. But for everyone to make it this big deal, like it's just this ultimate betrayal, is weird to me because there are players who are on playoff teams who are currently in the portal. You know why? Because nobody has any loyalty anymore. Everybody wants to go where the grass is greener, where they're happier, where they have better opportunities, and where they have more money. Had you asked me this question the year before NIL, I'd probably have a different answer and feel a different way. I don't feel that way anymore. Like, this is life. And for the Ole Miss Rebs and Pete Golding and their staff, what a great job.
No doubt.
They should be so proud of what they accomplished, the way that Pete was able to galvanize that locker room, the way those boys went out and fought and played. And let's not be confused. That team's not that talented. When we're talking about traditional blue chip recruits as compared to some of these other teams in the SEC, in the country, and the way that they played and fought and, you know, had themselves with the opportunity to win the game on a Hail Mary was truly commendable.
Ryan, I want to thank you for your time today. I don't expect you to remember this. Back in 2019, I was doing some ESPN radio in Bristol, and you and I sat next to each other in the very back row a lot, and I'm grateful for the time, man. I appreciate the conversations that we used to have, and you're always so kind to me, man, so thank you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you were like, man, you were such an a-hole.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed, Ryan. Yeah, nothing's changed.
There's probably, Carey's been around me a lot. There's probably some people in the locker room that would say that, so I appreciate you saying that publicly. You guys have a great day.
You too.
Hey, Ryan, hang on. Before we let you go, apparently Anthony used to make small little wagers with you. He says he still owes you some money. Is that true?
RC owes me like $7.
Oh,
I might owe him $7 because we used to bet $1.
Yep, exactly.
It wasn't a lot of money.
No.
Anthony, he talks about it a lot, though. I think he needs the $7.
Hey, we never made big bets. We were mostly just betting about pride.
Exactly. Absolutely.
You guys have a good one.
You too. Thanks, Ryan. We'll see you. Ryan Clark, great stuff from him. If you ever watch him on ESPN, he's always opinionated. You may not always agree with the opinion that he has, but Ryan's always outstanding. So great stuff. We appreciate it. He covered a lot of ground there from the transfer portal to Lane Kiffin and, of course, the NFL matchup. So great stuff from Ryan. We appreciate the time. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Talk a little Blues next. Has the second period been the downfall of the Blues this season? Probably. And, some other things. That's next on 101 ESPN. Auto Centers Nissan right now, they got their 000 Advantage sales event. It's happening at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. So right now on select new Nissan models, you can get 0 down payment, 0% APR for 60 months, and 0 payments until the summer. So that's real breathing room for your budget. Perfect time to make your move. With over 1,000 new and used vehicles in one easy location, we're talking about just minutes from South County and Jefferson County. You're not settling. You're choosing the right vehicle for you, the best vehicle for you. And every new Nissan at Auto Centers Nissan comes with their 30-day return promise, so you can buy with confidence. If you're looking at used vehicles, select used vehicles qualify for 0 down and no payments for 3 months. And when you finance any new or used car, truck, van, SUV, you're protected with Auto Centers walk-away finance protection, which helps shield you from negative equity if life takes an unexpected turn. 000 serious selection, real protection. Shop online now at AutoCentersNissan.com or visit them in Herculaneum. Tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update. Brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. We just got done talking with Ryan Clark. If you missed that interview, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Talking a little college football and NFL. Miami took down Ole Miss last night. We'll figure out who they play in the national championship tonight as Indiana will go up against Oregon. Also tonight on 101 ESPN, we have Blues hockey as they'll go up against the Utah Mammoth. Pregame starts at 7. Puck drop is at 8. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Scoring by period for the Blues. If you look at it, first period, Blues, 39 goals this season, 334 shots. Their opponent, though, has scored 42 goals and have shot 414. So that's a -3 in terms of the differential, goal differential, and a -80 from a shot differential. When you go to the third period, Blues, 35-44, so it's a -9. And the Blues, though, have outshot their opponent at least by one shot in the third. But the second period, they're a -23 when it comes to their goal differential and a -72 from a shot differential. And you had mentioned this yesterday, Jamie, for whatever reason, the second period has been an issue. I guess the question is it news or noise? I mean, is it just a situation where it's like, all right, it's just kind of coincidental? Because if you can't explain it, then maybe it's just a situation where it's like, hey, for whatever reason, the second period has just not been their best. So from a hockey standpoint,
I can fix it.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of this is off the wall and out of the box thinking.
Okay.
Right.
Well, we're ready for it.
If you struggle in the second period, but the first and third periods are okay, just don't go into the locker room. Just stay outside. Just stay out on the bench. Stay on the ice. Don't let that don't let that first intermission throw you off from what you did in the first period and what you're gonna do in the third period. You just stay your butt out there. You don't even take a break. Now, will you be more tired, less rested? You can't go take your pads off. It's a mindset, fellas. It's a mentality. Has probably never been done before. But if you want to change something, you got to start somewhere, right? Just stay your butt on the ice. Hey, fellas, while they're in there,
is going around.
Stay on the bench. And Joe Hofer will find you a seat somewhere in the hallway. You stay close by. Just stay there.
okay, it happened once.
Tell me about doing something one time. You know?
Yeah.
Stay there. It's new age thinking. You don't have to you're not overbearing with all of the, details of what you need to do for the second period. Don't worry about it. Just play hard. And it'll be done.
I don't hate it.
You like it?
I don't hate it.
Get money on the phone.
I liked it. I don't hate it.
Get money on the phone.
We should.
That would be the third time this week. That'd be a record.
Yeah. Be a lot.
Sure, he wants to talk to us, though.
He loves talking to us.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think he does.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a break.
Jamie, is any of this explainable?
I like Carey's idea.
Thank you.
We talked about some of the line changes and things like that. I mean, I feel like this has been very well publicized. Jim Montgomery himself has been asked about the second period, and nobody can really put their thumb on it. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, from a strategic standpoint, systematical, all that, like, you're not changing anything. Nothing changes. So the fact that the second period is their worst period, I really can't explain it as far as, like, fixing it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think for me, we talk about mindset and all that fun stuff. When the Blues get scored on first, they're 3-13-1. Not a great record. In one-goal games, though, when games are tight, it seems like they start to lock things down. They're 11-2-8. We talked about that second period. When the team is leading after two periods, guys, they have a 14-1-1 record. They lock things down. They do what they need to do to win that game. However, when they're trailing after the second period, they're 1-16-1. So it seems like we have a problem where if they get scored on and they're down a couple goals, well, it's just time to pack it up, gentlemen. Let's mail it in. Game's over. But if they're winning, they're like, oh my gosh, we have a chance to win the game.
It's not a good team.
No, it's not. And, I look at the third period, the numbers are a little bit better in terms of shots. I think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, crap, like, we're trailing in the game. Let's maybe start throwing pucks on net. But ultimately, there's no finish to what they're doing because their goal differential is still, -9 in the third. But I look at these numbers, and I'm like, okay, you decide to really lock things down when you actually do have a lead, whereas, like, if you don't after two, it's like, well, the game's over. Like, that's just a terrible mindset, and the numbers bear it out.
Yeah.
You got to find players that are eager to. You got to find players that hate losing more than they love winning. You know what I mean? Like, if you're And I do believe I asked Curbs this yesterday, what needs to change, and the only thing that can change is the players or their mindset. Like, it's nothing like we make sports extremely hard when it's not really that hard. You give great effort, you win some, you lose some, but as long as you're working your butt off, you're gonna, and you have talent. Like, if you don't have talent, it don't matter. I don't give a damn how hard you work. Sorry, not sorry, but if you have talent and you work hard, eventually things fall your way. But when you have a mindset of woe is me, which to me, it sounds like that's what that is. Woe is me. We're down. Oh, God, it's over. Oh, and I can speak to that. I've played on a team. I remember when I got to Illinois, I remember players on the team, because they had gone 0-11, I think, 2 years prior, and I don't remember what the record was right before I got there. It might have been 0-11 the year before I got there. But we went 8-4 my freshman year. Went to a bowl game. You know, it was a really good year for us. But I remember in the summer, like, talking to guys, and they were like, just watch, when we start losing, it's going to be a mindset. Like, oh, here we go again. Like, that was the thought process, and it kind of permeated throughout the entire locker room. But that team in 1999 said, no, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we might lose, but we're going to fight our butts off the entire time. And that changed. But it starts with the players on the field, on the ice, on the court. Like, a coach can't do anything. There is no systematic way to change the second period woes. Mm-hmm. It is literally on the men that are playing the game to make a decision. I'm going to play harder. I don't give a damn who I'm playing. I'm going to play harder for the man next to me because I don't want to let him down, because he's kind of crazy. He might punch me in my face. But if you don't have that threat, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can just skate with freedom and be safe. But when you have a threat of somebody causing bodily harm, I'm sorry, it works. Things change.
Motivation.
So,
makes sense.
There's nothing you can do, man.
I do think that some of the issues that they have in the first and third, they creep into the second period because they're bad habits, right? You talk about line changes. It's that split second getting back to the bench because it's a longer change, dump ins, all these different things. When you're out there longer on the ice because you can't get the puck out of the zone because you're not winning your board battles inside the defensive zone, you're going to be out there longer, and it's going to be harder to change and gain the red line to dump the puck in to get off, because the second period is a longer change. It's just little things like that. But I think what happens in the first and third period when you're doing those little bad habits, those creep into the second period and you can't get away with it.
It's not a second period thing. It's an entire thing. Like, it's a practice thing. It's a first period thing. It's a how you go and handle your business in the cafeteria thing. It's in the weight room thing. It is a life thing. It is literally a life thing that is what's the word I'm looking for? Transcended into the entire team in every aspect of it. So it's not just, man, they stink in the second period. No, they don't. They just stink. Like, it ain't. I'm sorry. Like, it ain't that they stink in the second period. They stink in how they're handling their business. And they don't stink because they're not good players. They stink because the mindset and the work ethic or the willingness to do it is not good enough as a team. You might have 2 or 3 guys that are doing it, but if they're not doing it consistently as a team, it doesn't matter.
What are the 2 words that Monty has used since becoming the head coach of the Blues?
Compete.
Okay, that's a good one. But the 2 that he always references, habits and details. Mm-hmm. Habits and details
matter.
Right now, that's the difference. The habits are not good enough, and the details aren't there.
You can't be a winning team.
Can't be a winning team.
Yep.
Can't. Whether it's first period, second period, third period, the whole game, whatever it is, that's the issue.
Agreed. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What's trending is next.
topics in the sports world.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, on MLB.com, we have the unveiling of the first power rankings of 2026. Would you like to take a guess at where your St. Louis Cardinals are ranked?
Power rankings, probably 26.
Man, you are a mind reader. That's where I was going.
All right. How about you,
26.
Jamie?
28.
Man, you guys are good. But you're not correct.
Oh,
27th.
Oh.
We're right there.
27th.
We're
You guys
all
were in
around
the
it.
We're
ballpark.
all
Not
around
in
the
it.
cup. Yep.
You guys
Got to get in.
are in the ballpark.
Okay.
Or we're in the
close.
ballpark. Unlike a lot of fans this past year at Busch Stadium, and understandably so.
wow.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We got a question. I believe it was last week. If you expect more fans to show up this year, obviously we look at where the beat writers nationally look at this team. There's a lot of people in town that also view this team in that way, and rightfully so. But do you think with a changing of the guard, players being shipped out, maybe some new younger talent coming in, do you see more people showing up this year?
Who's playing second base? Who's playing shortstop?
Does it matter?
Mason Wynn's playing
Does it matter?
shortstop.
Who's playing second? Yeah.
I'm asking if it doesn't matter because I think what Marshy's
JJ
asking
Weatherholt.
as a question is based on the fact that Cardinals fans know that it's a full rebuild and whatnot. Like, does it matter who's playing? Will they still show
I
up?
think it matters because a full rebuild gives you a chance to look at younger players that you may have excitement about. I think there was very little excitement to watch the team as it stood these past 2 years. And it just kind of got worse over the last couple of years in terms of attendance and people wanting to actually show up. But I think if you say, hey, man, we ain't going to be really, we're going to work our tail off. We got a lot of young guys. We're going to get some experience. I think more people will show up for that than retreads that you continue to throw out there year after year and say, this is going to be the guy. And you're like, why the hell is he the guy? You're like, I don't want to see that crap. But I will go watch Liam Doyle. I will go watch JJ Weatherholt. I will go watch Mason Wynn. I will go watch player whomever you want to put in there that is under 25 years old that is getting a shot at being an everyday player. I don't want to go watch no.
Yeah.
I don't need to see. You got Lars Newbar. Is he hurt? Is he healthy? I don't know. But give me some of that young youth. Give me the youth, the youths. You know, I'll watch it.
Your TV audience might increase, but I don't know if there's going to be this driving force to get to the stadium. I understand the question because it is different. It doesn't feel as like stagnant. But I still don't think that you're going to get a bunch of people showing up to the ballpark.
I'll go to more games.
Okay.
I'm one
there's
person.
one.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
And we'll hold him accountable for
When do the
that.
Dodgers come to town?
Show me your season tickets.
I'll be watching all three of those, huh?
By the way, the Dodgers are number one in the power rankings.
Of course we are.
How can they do that? We haven't even played a game
I
yet.
know. I don't get it
You
either.
seen the team? It's like a preseason ranking, which I hate. Unless Illinois is in the top 10.
Then you're all about it. Yeah, at least you're honest.
I'm consistent.
You are.
This is
Very
true.
consistent. Yeah.
The Red Sox are fifth. Of course, they added Wilson Contreras and Sonny Gray. The Brewers are right behind them at 6. So Brewers.
Where are the Reds at?
The Reds. That's a great question, Carey. Well,
Cincinnati.
the Cubs are at 10. The
North Central.
Cincinnati Reds are 17.
Oh,
17.
So,
we got 3 teams in front of us. Or the Pirates. If the Pirates are in front of us, it's
It might be.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, the Pirates are in front of the Cardinals. They are 23rd. The only teams below the Cardinals
Can
are
we guess?
Yeah, you want to guess?
Colorado has got to be one of them.
Definitely
Yes.
Colorado. Miami.
They got them at 27,
Oakland,
you
or
said?
whatever they're called.
Cardinals are 27.
So there's 28, 29,
The
30,
A's.
31, 32. No,
That's 30.
I don't think.
30?
Yeah, it's 30.
Yeah.
So there's only 3 then.
Miami.
28, 29, 30.
Is Miami one of them?
Nope,
Colorado,
Miami's 24.
Colorado for sure. The White Sox are probably 29th or 30th.
Nope.
Is it the A's?
No.
Okay, I'm asking him.
I understand,
I don't
but
need your-
you keep saying
This
the
is a
A's.
team effort.
They're not going to be.
I don't need your crap. I'm asking him.
Well, I'm telling you, no.
It's a team
I know,
effort,
but
man.
you don't know the answer.
I think he knew the
I know
answer.
it's not the A's.
If he knows, then why doesn't know the other ones?
You said the Rockies.
I said the Rockies.
The Angels.
Angels are one of them.
Are they?
Yes.
Holy smokes.
Look at that.
The
Good
Expos.
for you.
The Expos don't exist.
do not exist.
Unfortunately.
Let me think here. Maybe
One more
I
team.
saw the
One more
last one.
team.
team. Okay, let's see. They're AL
Oh,
West.
it's so bad.
I'll give you a hint. This is a team that the Cardinals actually struggled against this past
Well,
season.
that doesn't really
Except for one pitcher had a hell of a game against him.
Oh, yeah. Is it
He
Washington?
had a,
Oh, Washington.
the Fed man
The
lit
Fed
him up.
man. Yeah.
He fed him.
Yeah.
Fetty Wap.
Fetty
Makes
Wap.
sense.
Wow.
Oh, that's bad.
Is this what's trending still?
Yeah.
All right, one quick thing. Have you guys seen the Olympic ice rink in
Yes.
Italy? So one, it's not finished yet, but they have ice in, and so they have to play these practice games. So teams over in Italy, their pro league is playing on this sheet. Only one side of the rink can have people sitting in it. They had to stop the game in the second period. There's a giant hole in the ice.
Oh,
No.
So things are looking good.
Oh, boy.
They only had like 6 months, fellas. You got to give them.
They had 4 years.
Jamie, don't let facts get in the way. They just found out about the Olympics. There's something new that we're trying, okay?
Oh, man.
They didn't know that they had to do this for the players that were playing in the Olympics.
The highest paid athletes, by the way, they're going to have the worst facility.
You won't see those guys there.
Well, they have to play on that ice.
They won't be there.
Well, how are they going to play then?
The NHL director said, deputy
Yeah, he ain't got nothing on
said
it.
that,
The players already voted, and the IOC
if they have issues with the ice, we ain't sending our guys.
Yeah, well, the players have already said they're going to play on anything. So,
Interesting.
The second period woes continue.
yes, exactly.
Kidding. All right. Tomorrow, NFL wildcard weekend kicks off with the Rams and the Panthers. Does Carolina have a shot? We'll break that down next on 101 ESPN. Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now and build the perfect same-game parlay. Bet the game live or try our quick pick parlays that are pre-built just for you. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game, like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250. Whether you win or lose. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Missouri. Open to new users only. Minimum odds minus 500. Awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 3:05, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. NFL Wildcard Weekend kicks off tomorrow between the Panthers and the Rams. We'll air that game. Pre-game starting at 3 o'clock, kickoff at 3:30. Again, you can listen to it right here on 101 ESPN. The Panthers did win that first matchup. I don't know how much you could take away from that game outside of the fact that it's Carolina, but the Panthers have been dreadful offensively the last couple of weeks. They did nothing against Seattle. They didn't really get going until the final drive or two against Tampa, and that's not a great Tampa defense, or it wasn't one toward the end of the year. I don't give the Panthers much of a shot in this one. If you were to see Carolina to at least hang and make it a game, though, how do they do it?
You got to turn over Matthew Stafford. You got to force him to throw the ball erratically. He was playing so well prior to that Carolina game the first time, and then he started turning the ball over, and they lost. So I think that's the number one thing. You got to get after Sam Bradford and make life difficult. Devontae Adams will be back. Puka Nacua is, did I say Sam Darnold?
You said Sam Bradford.
Sam Bradford.
Way back in time.
I'm like, your scouting report ain't wrong.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford.
All right, that makes more sense.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford.
Might be tougher to get after Bradford.
It'd be easier
If
to get
he
after
playing,
Bradford.
I might take the Panthers.
Matthew Stafford, you got to force him to turn the ball over. Excuse me. And yeah, I think that would be the key. Puka Nacua is going to catch 8 to 10 passes. They're going to try to feed Devontae Adams down around the goal line. They got 14 tight ends that they use and utilize, and they're going to find ways. But you have to make life uncomfortable for Matthew Stafford in the pocket, and I think that's the way that Seattle, Jesus, I'm all over the place. That Carolina gets into this game or stays into this game.
Gary, do you mind taking a breathalyzer?
Yeah, I need to. It's Friday, man. I'm all over the place.
You know what, Carey, you're fine.
He hasn't even had his coffee yet.
I don't know what's better, is what you're saying or trying to keep track of where you're going.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah. Taking notes over here.
Mm-hmm. The only way I could see Carolina maybe giving the Rams a bit of a game is, I mentioned this yesterday, the Rams, their cornerbacks are athletic, but they're really kind of undersized. They're slight. So maybe the two big receivers for Carolina, McMillan and Leggett, maybe they push them around a little bit. Jalen Coker has been really good for Carolina, too, in spurts. But I just don't see, outside of what you mentioned, CD, turning Matthew Stafford over, playing really good defense, the Rams just not showing up with their A game. I just don't see how this happens. I think there's a reason why this is your first game, wild card weekend. I could see this being like a 23-7 game, and it's not good.
Who coaches Carolina again?
Dave Canales.
Yeah. And who coaches the Rams?
Oh, that'd be Sean McVay.
Yeah. And this is the second time they play? Mm-hmm. Give me Sean McVay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fair.
Weather in Carolina going to be rainy again.
It's supposed to rain a little bit.
It was a little rainy last time they played. Mm-hmm. Didn't go well for the Rams. It's pretty bad.
CD, you want to put some money on it?
Didn't we have a gentleman's bet the other day?
I tried.
What was it?
I don't remember.
It's probably Ole Miss losing. You pay me
No,
money?
I had Miami winning.
Nah, I doubt it. I didn't have Ole Miss winning. Yeah, hell, you know better than that.
Maybe that wasn't
You
the bet.
did not have those. You just lied. Damn it, man. That was the bet.
You totally had my
bet.
You did have.
No, it wasn't the bet.
You had Ole Miss.
I said I had Ole Miss, but that wasn't the bet. I think it was Green Bay and the Bears we had a bet on. What? No?
Can't keep up.
It wasn't Ole Miss. It wasn't Ole Miss, Miami. I know
But you
that.
definitely didn't have Miami.
No.
Okay. Just making sure.
As far as you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Matthew Stafford the MVP?
For what?
The league.
I think so.
Yes.
I do think so. I think Drake May had a phenomenal year, but when you're looking at all of the statistics, I think Matthew Stafford, not
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold or Bradford.
Or Bradford.
Either one of those.
Any Sam.
Matthew Bradford Darnold. Yeah, I think Matthew Stafford is the NFL MVP this year.
It's pretty hard to dispute that. I can sit here and try to put up an argument, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, Stafford leads in touchdowns, yards. He's tied in interceptions with Drake May. He has better yards per game. he's an older player too. I don't know if that is.
We've been all over the old man. This
is actually a compliment. Like, he's a veteran. He's been in the league.
Mm-hmm. Start with Anthony.
What?
I'm talking to Carey.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mark.
No, it's fine.
No, you're right. He's an older player.
I think he deserves it.
He leads the league in yards, touchdowns. He's been really, really good this year.
Mm-hmm.
His first, and this will be his first MVP, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would. I mean, he's probably already a Hall of Fame player, but if he were to win an MVP, he's got an MVP in the Super Bowl. That's going to be it.
Yep.
Do you think, though, looking beyond this game, the Rams are still a Super Bowl contender? Because at one point we had them number one in our stack up, and they were playing like a top team. Now they've limped in a little bit. That doesn't mean, though, it's not like San Francisco where they're dealing with so many injuries. The Rams are one of the least penalized teams over the past 6 seasons, so they're disciplined. We know what Stafford in the passing game can do. Sean McVay's got just an excellent handle when it comes to calling plays. They got two capable backs in Kyron Williams and Blake Corum, who they lean on. The defense is young and athletic. Is there any reason to think, outside of the fact that they didn't finish strong, that the Rams aren't a Super Bowl contender?
I think that they are, like, positioned. The Eagles win, the Bears win. They are playing each other in that divisional game. And then the Rams, when they're playing the Seahawks, I like the Rams, even though it's in Seattle, which gives you one game away from the NFC Championship game, and you're there, anything is possible. So I do think that they are, on this NFC side, best positioned to make a run at the NFC title game and then be in the Super Bowl. That would be my opinion. If I think it would be the Eagles and the Rams if they both make it there. And then it's a coin toss because I think they're both really good. And they played earlier this year as well, and the Rams lost. The Eagles won. They blocked the field goal at the end of the game. But I think the Rams are positioned very well based on where they're seated. Even though they didn't win the division, I think they're positioned very well to make a run.
Yeah, and quite honestly, the strength of the NFC or the lack thereof, for me, I think the Rams are the odds-on favorite to get to the Super Bowl from the NFC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I do. I mean, where's their giant speed bumps? I don't know what the Bears are. A great season, but what are they?
Football team.
Packers, what's Jordan Love? I don't know. You got the Eagles, the 49ers. The Eagles, can they bring their A game? I mean, all things considered, I think the Rams are the favorite.
We'll talk about the Eagles-Niners game in a little bit, but that is my number one question for the Eagles, not in this matchup necessarily, but just overall. Can they flip the switch? Because if they can flip the switch, we saw what they did a year ago. Mm-hmm. They've got one of the best rosters talent-wise in the NFL, but they have been off all season long. The offense has just not been great. They've been banged up a little bit here and there defensively. But if they can flip the switch, there's your team that you probably trust the most in the NFC, despite what you've seen.
Yeah, the NFC, I think the way that I see this playing out in terms of who gets to the Super Bowl, I think it's going to come down to veteran quarterbacks. So, you could rule out a few there. Sam Darnold, veteran quarterback, I don't know what he looks like in the playoffs. That's just, I've seen it last year. I saw it. I don't know what that looks like. Mm-hmm. So when I really look at it, Rams, Eagles, those are the two teams that I have most confidence in because those quarterbacks have done it before. Now, you could argue Brock Purdy's done it before, but we have question marks about just how healthy their roster is. He's been to a Super Bowl, been to a couple NFC Championship games. Obviously, he didn't play in one of those because his arm fell off. But the AFC side of things, I see if it's not the Bills who I'll be pulling for because I picked them at the beginning of the year, I think defense is where that side of the bracket looks. So defense wins in the AFC. I think veteran quarterbacks win in the NFC.
There you have it. All right. We all have the Rams, I imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they cover the 10.5? That's the harder question.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think it's going to be closer than that.
Okay. Marsh?
I don't think so either. These books, I don't know. They just know something. Where's the money going? Do you know that off the top of your head?
The majority of the online wagers are Carolina.
To cover?
Mm-hmm.
A wet, rainy day.
Yeah, it's 56. It's 56%, so it's not much.
I don't know. Kind of makes me believe that they will cover.
I think the Rams will cover.
Yeah.
I think Carolina's just
Done.
They're done. They're on fumes. They've had a couple of big games this year, but they're not going to sneak up on the Rams. The Rams were well on their way to destroying them in that game before they started to get sloppy. So I think they'll win and they'll cover. All right, Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Packers Bears, certainly the better matchup of the two tomorrow. We'll dive into that game next.
The wild card round is here, and FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the wild card round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. You can pick the matchups you believe in, and I believe in the Jacksonville Jaguars at home, taking on the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. It's going to be a great matchup in Duval, and they should have a great time. The Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, been playing outstanding. You can take your shot on an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment, then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. So visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 plus in President, Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Well, certainly the more intriguing matchup tomorrow in the NFL will be the Packers and the Bears. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff, and that one's going to be interesting. So Green Bay certainly has the advantage in playoff experience. Packers are in for the third straight season, although they've won just one game in their previous two appearances, that being that massacre in Dallas a couple of years ago. Last year, they did not fare well against the Eagles, but then again, who did? The Bears, though, could you make the argument? I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Are the Bears the better team? Like, throw records aside. Let's just you're watching the games. You watch the season play out. Are the Bears the better team?
So can we break this down into sections?
Absolutely.
Because I think that's probably the easiest way, rather than just like trying to look at it like right away.
Sure.
Who has the better coach? There's got to be an advantage.
I think that's a push.
That's a real Stalter's choice.
Come on, man. I'm with CD. I think it's a push.
Okay, so we'll say it's a push. Let's just say that.
Because it's almost, they're both offensive-minded.
They're kind of the same
geniuses.
Yeah, but if you guys tomorrow had one football team and you were hiring
Ben
one
Johnson.
of them.
I would go with Ben Johnson.
Okay, so there's your answer.
If I were tomorrow, like had a team, and those two were available,
okay,
Ben Johnson.
So, and I like Matt LaFleur.
And I do.
So we'll give the advantage in the coaching to the Bears. Let's just do that for now. Defense. Remember, Micah Parsons out. Who do you give the advantage to?
Green Bay.
Still.
Yeah.
Marshy, you're Mr. Numbers.
The Bears
you must have something brewing up there.
The Bears force a lot of turnovers.
They do.
But it's not like that's a great unit.
So a team that comes to mind, another team that forced a ton of turnovers and lost in the first round because their defense could not create turnovers. Essentially, the well dried up. And they basically lived off of creating turnovers. And, that's a great thing until it's not, right? Were the Minnesota Vikings when they lost to the Giants in that first round. That team created a ton of turnovers, created a ton of havoc. But I think maybe the turnovers were like sort of masking how good their defense actually was. And so I do get vibes of that from this Bears team. I do. So if they aren't creating turnovers, it's not like they're limiting teams to like 7 points a game. Some of these games have been high scoring games, but they have the offense to keep up. So my thing is with the Packers though, I don't know what I'm going to get from them. I feel like the Bears, although they're the Bears, have been more trustworthy this season.
So let's stay with the defense here.
I'll go Packers as well.
Packers?
Barely. Slightly.
You're going Packers?
Slightly.
God, I don't know. I'll everything I just said, I'll still go with the Bears.
Okay.
Just because of the turnover aspect.
Anthony?
If they can do it.
For the defense?
Yeah.
Packers.
Yeah. All right. I'll go Packers too on this one. So let's go Packers.
The Bears lead in turnovers. That got to count for something.
They lead in turnovers. I watched that unit against Detroit last week, and I know Detroit's got a good offense, but Detroit kind of had their way with them.
Yeah. Okay, rushing game. We went over this yesterday, but for the purpose of the exercise,
I'm going Bears.
I'm going Bears.
I told you I like Kyle Monangai. I think he is a steal. I think he was a 5th round pick out of Rutgers. I liked him when he was at Rutgers, and I like DeAndre Swift, but I really like Monangai. And I think they're healthier than Josh Jacobs and the Packers crew.
I like the Bears in that aspect as well. If I had to ask you guys which team their identity, not saying that the entire team and the entire offense surrounds running the football, but if you had to pick one or two that the identity is running the ball and that in certain points this coach is going to run the football, which team would you choose? I would choose the Bears.
I would choose the Bears too. Although, it's funny you say that, and I agree, it is probably the Bears. When the Packers absolutely needed to take over that game in Green Bay, Josh Jacobs was – the Bears had seized control. They had gotten back in. It was, because the Packers had the game. They had the lead at halftime. When they needed to really cement the win, it was Josh Jacobs. So – I think that this is as even as it comes, too. I'll give the slight advantage to the Bears, especially with Jacobs' injury history.
All right, receiving.
Bears.
Is Rome Odunze healthy?
Yes.
Doesn't matter. He is.
He's playing.
But it doesn't matter.
I think it does matter.
No. You're taking Christian Watson or Romeo Dobbs or whoever, all those people that look the same for the Packers. They all do. I'm sorry. Only one I know is Dobbs because I think he got the big ass helmet.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Jaden Reed.
They all look the same. They're the same player.
Same receiver, except for Watson. Watson's their D guy.
Christian Watson is the one that is different because he's taller and faster.
Yeah, I would say the Bears because I think the other thing that you're going to throw in there too is the tight ends.
Yes.
Colston Loveland, as well as Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
And the Packers, you got Musgrave and
So the last one I have here is the quarterback. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Caleb Williams.
That's what I used to do all the time too.
Names.
Tennessee, you're having a tough day.
I combine their names. Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, and Caleb Love.
I'll take Jordan Williams.
Wait, isn't that? Never mind.
Who you got? QB.
Were you thinking of Bill Belichick's girlfriend?
Yeah.
No,
I think that's her name.
Is it Williams? Is it? I don't know.
We're struggling with names today.
I'll look it up.
I would take Jordan Love. I've seen him win a playoff game. I've seen him at his best.
Playoff game.
I know. This game is
I've seen him lose too.
This matchup.
It's not her name, by the way.
No, it's Jordan
Hudson.
Yeah.
Hudson.
Yeah.
Didn't they beat a team? He was the quarterback when they beat the Cowboys?
Yes.
They weren't. The Cowboys didn't know the game was that day, Anthony.
Okay, all right.
That was a tough day for the Cowboys.
They didn't even know. They got to the stadium like, why is all these people here? We're here for practice. Like, now you got a game.
We don't play until tomorrow.
Oh, it's today.
Marshall, who you got?
Oh man, I actually think these two quarterbacks are very similar. One's just younger.
You got to pick one. Playing right now. 10 minutes from now, you got to pick one.
So I think Green Bay will have to rely on Jordan Love, and he's very up and down. I don't know what I'm going to get from him, whereas I don't know if the Bears necessarily have to rely on Caleb Williams. He does not turn the ball over, though. He's been pretty good at not turning the ball over. I'll go with Caleb Williams.
All right, so here we are. I went with Caleb Williams, too. Okay. So, Coach, we've got Bears. Defense, Packers. Rushing, Bears. Receiving, Bears. QB, Bears. Which way are we going with this one now?
The Bears.
Packers.
Yes, I knew you were going to do that. Anthony was, you know what Anthony was in a former life?
What?
A salmon. Always swimming upstream.
I don't like salmon.
The rest of the world's going one way.
That's why you don't like him.
Yep. Would you eat yourself? Man, let me reword that. I know the answer to that one.
The official answer is no. Let's put it on record. No.
Yeah.
But I did answer a lot of those questions. Packers.
You did. He did.
We did. Moving. You guys were majority Bears.
Yeah.
The show was majority Bears.
Yeah.
But for me, I answered a lot of those Packers.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, everybody's wrong.
Did you guys take the Bears in there? Pick them.
I did. I believe. I can't remember,
Maybe.
man.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That was 2 days ago.
Yeah. This is going to be one of the tougher games to really
It is a tough one.
Pinpoint, because I think both teams. I don't trust either one of these teams. I really don't, because one's the Bears and the other is a team that has lost
the new Bears.
Games that they shouldn't have.
This is the Ben Johnson Bears.
That is true. But the Packers have been here before multiple times. You know, it's a playoffs. It's a different season.
And out of the last 3 times, they've only won 1 game.
Yeah, and they beat a team that consistently loses in the first round. So it's almost like
may or may
doesn't
not
count.
have showed up with their game day stuff.
Yeah, they didn't know. Those guys had no clue a game was happening that day.
Nah, no chance. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. The Sports Six-Pack is next. If you got a question, send it into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Again, the Sports Six-Pack next.
Your St. Louis Blues play tonight, tomorrow night. We're talking about NFL playoff football, college football. What better way to enjoy all of these sporting events than to sit back, kick up your feet, crack open an ice-cold Zwickel Light from Urban Chestnut. Man, I can almost taste it already, and it is so good. And now they have, not only they have the cans, but they have the bottles, too. So we can put those bottles on ice, get it nice and cold. Whew. It's just an unbelievable beer brewed by St. Louisans as well, which matters around here. We know it matters. It's a crisp, clean, refreshing taste. We talk about low calories, low carbs. How about 95 calories only, 3.7 carbs, and so much good flavor in that bottle of beer. I can tell you right now, it's a light beer, but it's got a little bit of kick on the end of it so that you know you're drinking a beer. It tastes so good once it hits your lips, Carey. You know how it feels. It is the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey, and it is the official beer of the Rivers House. So please stop by your local stores right now. They do have it in several stores, including my friends over at Dirt Cheap. Get your ice-cold Zwickel Light today. You will thank me for it later. You can always visit urbanchestnut.com for more information regarding anything that is going on over there at Urban Chestnut. Remember to keep it light and keep it local.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. We just went over a few NFL games for Wild Card Weekend. If you missed those conversations or you missed our interview today with Ryan Clark of ESPN and Carey's former teammate, Super Bowl champion, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Miami took down Ole Miss last night. We'll find out who they play in the national championship. Indiana going up against Oregon tonight. We also have Blues hockey as they'll go up against the Utah Mammoth. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 7. Puck drop is at 8. Coming up next, we have our Sports Six-Pack. So get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. The Six-Pack is next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Time for part 1 of the Sports Six-Pack with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Here's Andrew Marsh with question 1.
Question number 1.
All right, from the 314, can you envision a scenario where Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou are not on this team next year?
No.
I can't either. You're talking about both guys? That's the question.
Both. So here's a little rephrase of the question. Should they both be here next year?
I don't know. That's an Army decision.
That's a horse.
That's not up to me. And it's actually a Robert Thompson, Jordan Kyrou decision, too. Full no trade clause.
Mm-hmm. If this season continues to play out the way it does, I think you at least have to consider what the market is for both players. I'll phrase it that way. Because if you've seen this core, at some point you have to say, all right, just playing this out again for another year just because these were the two guys that I initially signed for the $8 million and they were going to be a part of the core. It doesn't make sense to keep throwing those two out there together. Now, maybe it's not both. Maybe it's one. But I think, again, if it continues to play this out and you don't realize the potential that you have, you might need to shake things up. In fact, I'd probably be in favor of it.
You can try.
Yeah. Right. Even if you want to.
Even if you
might not be able to.
Sure.
Even if you want to so bad. Mm-hmm. And the player says, nah, I'm good.
I like it here. I think I'll stay.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's one of those things where maybe you do move on from one player this summer just to see if things are different, and then come the following summer, if things sort of stay the same, then you move on from there. So who knows? Who really knows?
Who really knows?
Question 2, please.
Question number 2.
All right, the Southside Hash Slinging Slasher says, hey, gents, what do the Blues truly need to start seeing success? Not including Jamie and Tony Twistback on the ice, of course.
Boy.
Is it just a lack of desire or a major lack of talent?
What do the Blues really need on their team? Is that the question?
Yeah.
They just need that sense of compete back. And it's mind-boggling to me to go back to the end of last season in the playoffs to see this almost identical group playing and competing and playing for each other and sacrificing and all those things. And maybe short-term, you can play that way. Maybe that's the thing, is that you following the Olympic break at the end of February, maybe the Blues come back and go on an absolute heater again because you can crank up the volume, so to say, to 10 and just let it fly. But if you're going to be a real consistent team that's taken seriously, you kind of have to turn the volume up for the whole year.
Sure.
And I know it's not sustainable for every single player, but as a group, as a team, you should be able to reach a certain level of compete night in and night out.
I would ask the people that feel as though it's a talent issue, do you feel as though that this group is playing at its best? Because if you feel as though that you can honestly say this team, from an individual to the next individual to the next individual, is playing at their absolute best, then yes, it's a talent problem. But I don't know if you're answering that honestly, if you can say that.
Well, you can't, based upon
what we've seen in years past.
That's right. Like we always talk about the back of the hockey card, back of the baseball card.
Sure.
Well, the back of the hockey card tells me that Jordan Kyrou is a 60 to 75 point player.
Right.
Says that Robert Thomas is a point a game player. So, and neither of those guys is going to probably get to those goals this year.
Yeah.
Shows me that Jake Neighbors is a 20 goal scorer.
I don't think the conversation starts at the talent isn't good enough. I think the conversation starts at, is this the right collection of talent? And I think we can answer no as of right now. I mean, January 9th, the way that we've seen them play over the last 2.5 years, that answer is no. But that's where I think the conversation starts. Is this the right collection of talent?
You know what they're not doing?
Winning.
Enough of this.
No, they're not.
They're not doing this. We do this a lot.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Sometimes more often than not, yes.
Yeah, sometimes we need it.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong, Carey.
Okay.
You know.
Question number 3.
Oh, what do you know? Another Blues question from the 314. Is this a better situation for Alexander Steen to learn from, or would seeing a winning team constructed be better for him to learn?
Well, he's been a part of a winning team. He's got a Stanley Cup ring that says so. Bottom line, and he was part of a winning team for many, many years under Ken Hitchcock. I don't mean winning Stanley Cups, winning just in general. So he knows what a winner looks like. I think this is actually very good for Alex Steen to see this on many levels. One, as far as roster construction is concerned, as far as contract negotiations, as far as no trade clauses, no movement clauses, all of these things right now, Alex Steen does not have his fingerprints on any of these yet. And Doug Armstrong is widely considered to be one of the best general managers in the NHL. And yet, even the best sometimes paint themselves into a corner by accident, or not even by accident, just because you think you got one layout and the layout changes, and now all of a sudden you've painted yourself into the corner. And so Steen now gets a chance to look at all of this, look at exactly what we can see on cap wages, and go, okay. And then also understand the player development side, the scouting side, the drafting side. I do believe this is a really good situation for Alex Steen to be learning from. I don't know if it's the best situation to be in, but it's a great situation to learn from.
All right, let's carry it over. We got part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack. Keep sending those questions in, 314-399-9646, and we'll do part 2 next.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now and build the perfect same-game parlay. Bet the game live or try our quick pick parlays that are pre-built just for you. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game, like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250, whether you win or lose. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Missouri. Open to new users only. Minimum odds minus 500. Awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. We have part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack. So Marsh, hit us with question 4.
Question number 4.
All right, from the 314, any relevance to the numbers you wore in your career, or were they the ones you got in youth and just continued on with them?
So obviously I wore a few more numbers than Carey, I believe.
Barely.
Barely, yeah. Not far off. So I wore number 8 in junior. There was really no ties to it per se. But then when I left junior hockey, number 8, Barclay Plager, was retired here in St. Louis. And so as a kid, you try to figure out, okay, how do I get to 8? You know, is it 17, 1 plus 7? You do most of the numbers were taken, except for 42. 42, 4 times 2 is 8. I'll be number 42 for the St. Louis Blues. And, like, it's not a cocky number. As a young player, when you come in the league, when I came in, like, you didn't come in asking for 77 or 88 or, like, you'd be, okay, kid, you're going to get number 2.
Right.
Like, you know, like, we're done here. So, 42, and then wore it for a few games, and then I remember coming into the locker room, and number 6 was hanging in my stall. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, go to the trainer. I'm like, number 6. I go, why? What the hell is number 6? Who put that number 6 in my stall for? What the hell is that all about? And I hear it behind me, Jimmy Roberts. I put that there. And I'm like, okay, like why? And he goes, that's the number I wore, and I want you to wear it.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, okay. So 4 plus 2 equals 6. That's why I had 42, Jimmy. So that was a cool moment for me because Jimmy was obviously a mentor of mine in a big way. So I wore number 6, and then after that, once you get traded and stuff, like
you get whatever number.
You're going into a team that's already established. Like I wasn't like even as I got older in my career, I wasn't about to go in and take a number from somebody.
Right.
The funniest one was when I got traded to Boston. They were on the road, and I joined them. And they said, we've got 2 numbers, or get 1 number available, number 2. And nothing against the number 2, but I was like, man, like Al McInnes wore 2, but anybody else who wore number 2, I was like, I don't know. It wasn't very attractive to me. I go, what about number 31? Is it the goalie jersey? I said, yeah. You got that? Well, yeah, we got it, but it's a goalie jersey. I was like, perfect. Then I'll wear that tonight.
You almost did play in between the pipes at one point.
No, but hear me out. First game, new team. You know you're going to go. I knew I was going to go fight somebody. You got to get your teammates on board, right? Who's this new guy on the team? Oh, boy. Okay, we like him. Well, the goalie jersey is cut bigger. The arms are bigger to fit over the big shoulder pads and all that. So I knew that night we're going to do some business. So I wore the bigger jersey so then you can't hold my arm. So you end up beating the snot out of somebody.
These are the details, kids, that matter.
Yeah. And then after that, just whatever number was available is fine. Yeah.
For me, I was...
Nice job, Jamie.
You're welcome.
25 in high school, and then when I got to Illinois, I changed to 24, which I like 24. Then I had a multitude of stops, so I didn't really get a choice in what jersey. I just had a jersey. I just happened to have a jersey in my locker, man.
You pick one that doesn't suck.
You give me a number. So Tampa, Atlanta, I was 39. Tampa, I was 41. I have no clue for my week in Miami what that number was. And then in Pittsburgh, I was 38. I did want to change at one point because I thought Ryan, who we had on earlier, he was supposed to change to number 21 in 2008, and then I would have taken 25, but we signed Mewelde Moore, and Mewelde wanted 21, so Ryan stayed in 25. I stayed in 38. So, but I was planning on, because I was a starter now in the big leagues. Mm-hmm. If RC would have changed his number to 21, because his good friend Sean Taylor, he wanted to wear 21, I would have taken 25, my high school number, but I was unable to. So.
I do think certain numbers fit well with like certain builds of players. It doesn't matter what sport it is. Like I think 38 suits you well, though.
Yeah, I didn't like the 40. 40s are too big, too boxy. But the 20, like 21, 24, 25 even, I would have been. But 38 is, I didn't have no problem with 38.
What was your number, Anthony?
In football or baseball?
Oh, whatever.
Both.
Football in high school is 34.
Okay.
Walter Payton, baby.
Yeah.
Herschel Walker.
Absolutely. And then in baseball is 9.
Gordie Howe.
Sure.
Sweet.
Yeah. Number 9. Actually, my freshman year, I was 41 because they were just slinging jerseys out. You really couldn't pick. So I was 41. And actually, I think my first baseball number was 7. I always wanted single digits for baseball.
My baseball number was 44.
44.
I love that.
I can't even remember my baseball number.
I love the 44.
Really can't.
Yeah,
I played baseball
remember.
like all grown up until I was like high school.
I can't remember the Little League stuff. Like
mine was 19. It was my birthday. I just went with my birthday.
There you go.
Hockey, it was 51.
Why?
Because I really liked
Matthew Kessel?
Makes sense.
Complete sense.
He saw way in the future.
Yeah.
No, Campbell from the Blackhawks.
Oh, yeah, Brian Campbell.
Brian Campbell.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like the way that he played.
Yeah.
I don't like the Blackhawks by any means, but I really liked how he played.
Well, he played in Buffalo, too.
Yeah. We'll say that.
It was the Buffalo version.
I like the way that he played the game. So
Yeah, I did too. Brian Campbell's an excellent choice.
So I like that number. All right, let's move on.
Nice.
Question number 5.
All righty, let's go to the 636. Which quarterback would you rather have go with you on a guys' weekend? Is it Caleb Williams or Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence.
Why not Caleb Williams?
Just a few things, but
such as
I don't know. I don't think we listen to the same type of music. You know,
What do you mean?
I don't think he.
You don't think he listen? You don't listen to rap?
You know,
Jamie?
I don't think he'd like me, Carey.
Why?
He might like me a lot. You never know.
What do you mean?
That was part of it.
I think Trevor Lawrence, was he 6'5", 6'6"? That lion's mane of hair. He walks through the bar. You're with that guy. I mean, you're picking up all the scraps. It's fine. You know? Just don't see Caleb Williams having that, that vibe.
He has a vibe for sure.
So who are you picking, Carey?
I don't think
to hang out with?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
He wasn't on the
Not on the
list.
list.
Neither. I don't know.
You got to pick one.
You know what? It sounds like Carey's
all
already
those
been
years
hanging out with them today.
In sports, you don't know this game.
I would
you don't get a
probably
choice of
hang
none of the
out
above.
with.
That's just you two alone. You have to share a hotel room too.
I would probably. The question didn't say that.
happened
Well,
here?
you're on the road. You're traveling.
It's a group of guys. Said a guy trip. Guys, bunch of guys.
You and another guy.
Trevor Lawrence. Hang out with him.
Huh.
Talk about some Clemson football. Talk about winning the Natty.
Cranberries.
Cranberries.
Zombie. Yeah, I learned it. Yeah, I called it White Zombie again yesterday.
Did you?
I did.
You just listen to like the title, and then you associate the title
He does.
to
He
a
marries
band.
the title to the band.
And then the one time I didn't do that, that was the name. It was the title and the band. It was the same.
Which one was that?
Yeah, I forget what it was too. Yeah.
It was. I don't remember what it was.
I can't remember what it was.
I think it's Big Country that sings Big Country, isn't it?
I don't know.
It was another song.
Okay.
Where the band is the name, same as the song. It's in the name. I'm like, well, how the hell? I got it wrong. And so ever since then,
what it was.
I've been doing it.
There's a song called Big Country that sings a song called In a Big
find the
Country.
song.
It's an 80s song. That's why I remember that.
There you go.
Right.
You want to wrap it up there, Marsh?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it with question 6.
Question number 6.
Bad Company.
Bad Company.
That was it.
I can't deny.
You're like, no, it's by Bad Company.
What's the
Okay.
band? Bad Company.
All right.
Yep.
Whatever, dude.
That's right. Whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude.
All right. Going back to some of the Blues questions that we had, particularly about the core players and whether or not, they would be traded. And, of course, they might not want to be traded because they have a no trade clause. But the 573 wants to know, why would any player want to stay and continue losing? So when it comes to trade clauses or no trade clauses, as former players, why would a player want to stay if the team is not winning?
It depends where you're going. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the thing. Like, if Doug Armstrong came to me, I have a full no trade clause, and he says, hey, man, I got a really good deal in place. I'm going to send you to, I don't know,
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Well, Buffalo's not bad right now.
Okay.
There.
Ottawa.
Well, that's my hometown.
Yeah, come on, man.
Columbus.
I'm probably going to say, no, I like it here in St. Louis. I just do. But you also, there's more things. It's not just the city. It's the coach. It's the situation. It's who you play for. It's, what?
I'm sorry. I have thoughts in my head, man. Random thoughts. Continue.
You know what? I fully understand that, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But yeah, each player, like the Vancouver Canucks right now, Winnipeg Jets, Calgary Flames, are going to have a really hard time finding a player that says, yeah. Like a really good player. I'd play there. But it also 10-year deal there.
It also, like, people don't want to just leave. If you work hard enough to get a no trade clause, you don't want to just leave. Right. If you have, I don't know, some of those guys' marital statuses or if they have children, but that matters as well. Mm-hmm. If you got kids, you got a wife, and maybe your wife is from the city, and she's comfortable because now your in-laws get to hang out with your kids. Like, all of that matters. Yeah. It ain't just about. Like, you can't just, you can be, but you generally aren't just selfish and like, I don't want to play here. If you work that hard, and I don't think they're going anywhere, man. So get used to it.
So quit asking.
Yeah.
Like, the question, here's the thing, is even if Army was shopping them, you're not going to know it till it happens. So again, quit asking.
Oh, fair enough.
No, I'm not dropping breadcrumbs there by any means. I don't have a clue.
All right, we need a new Gauntlet contestant. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you want to play in the Gauntlet, feel free to do so by texting in. And you might have an opportunity to face either Marsh, CD, Jamie, or me next.
categories, one challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN 403. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome in Chris to the Gauntlet. What's up, Chris?
How you doing, guys?
Doing great, man. Appreciate you listening. Thanks for playing today. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me in round one?
Well, I guess since Jamie's in attendance today, let's go ahead and take him.
Okay, there you
Let's
go.
go,
Jamie
Chris.
Rivers. Here we go.
Warm it up, Chris.
That's kind of a crab sandwich.
How's it going?
All right, good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Jamie's going to make his way into the cone of silence right now. Chris, go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marshy.
What are you hoping for, Chris?
I'm not going to say that. I've listened to you guys long enough.
Fair. Yep. If you say it, the wheel will likely choose something different.
Well, the wheel has spun, so.
Okay, so now that the wheel has spun, what were you hoping for, Chris?
Baseball.
Marshy?
It's not baseball.
Oh.
It's football.
Oh, okay.
Football been very, very good to
How do you feel about football?
I lied about baseball, by the way.
Oh, what did you want?
I wanted random, actually.
Oh, man. All right. Well, Chris, you got football. 4 football questions coming at you here in a second. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Drew Mestemaker led college football this season with 4,379 passing yards. Mestemaker is the quarterback, or now the former quarterback, at which university?
I believe that was North Texas. Final answer.
Question number 2. Diego Pavia was the quarterback for Vanderbilt for the last 2 seasons. Where did he spend his first 2 college football seasons?
New Mexico. Final answer.
Question number 3. DK Metcalf played his college football at which university?
Ole Miss. Final answer.
All right. Who is the all-time leader in passing yards for the Michigan State Spartans?
Ooh, boy. Is that really a passing university? Come on now. I guess I got to go with Kirk Cousins. Final answer.
Kirky football. All right. Okay, that was quick. Let's bring back Jamie from the cone of silence right now. How you feeling, Chris?
I feign confidence, but I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, Jamie, we had to flag him down here, so Jamie's going to make his way back in from the cone of silence. Jamie?
It was really, really fast.
That was really fast.
Either my guy Chris absolutely hammered this, or it's going to be a long weekend for Chris because it was terrible. I don't know which way to
It's not
lean.
going to hurt my weekend in any way, shape, or form. But
You know what,
anyway.
Chris? I'd like to imagine you sulking and crying all weekend if you lose, okay?
That's the Chris we know.
Imagine that, buddy.
Okay, Andrew, give me the freaking questions. I don't even care what the category is. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
Pack a lunch.
Drew Mestemaker led college football this season with 4,379 passing yards. Mestemaker is the quarterback at which university, or before he entered the transfer portal, who did he play for?
North Texas. Final.
Question number 2. Before Diego Pavia was the quarterback at Vanderbilt for the last 2 seasons. Where did he spend his first 2 college football seasons?
New Mexico. Final. Let's go.
Question number 3. DK Metcalf played his college football at which university?
Wasn't it Ole Miss? I feel like I just heard somebody talking about that. I feel like Chris went down here without any of the options. I feel like I got to keep swinging. What do I always tell you, Anthony?
Go with your gut.
Yeah, Ole Miss. Final.
Question 4. Who is the all-time leader in passing yards for the Michigan State Spartans?
Whoa. You know what? I'm not going to be Hero Biscuit. Give me the options.
Kirk Cousins, Connor Cook, Tony Banks.
Former Ram, Tony Banks, by the way, Carey. It's got to be Kirky football. Kirk Cousins, final.
All right, let's go over these. Chris versus Jamie. Drew Mestemaker led college football this season with 4,379 passing yards. Mestemaker, before entering the transfer portal, was the quarterback at which university? Chris said North Texas. Jamie said North Texas. Correct answer is
North Texas.
Neither of you needed the options on that. We got a 2-2 tie.
Pretty happy about that one.
Diego Pavia was the quarterback for Vanderbilt for the last 2 seasons. Where did he spend his first 2 college football seasons? Jamie said New Mexico. Chris said New Mexico. Correct answer is
New Mexico State.
New Mexico State is the correct answer.
Oh, man. We both got it wrong?
2-2 tie. Yes.
That's crap.
DK Metcalf. Two different
schools. Like Ohio and Ohio State.
I'm fighting for Chris, too.
Either way. DK Metcalf played his college football at which university? Chris said Ole Miss.
Oh, gosh.
Jamie said Ole Miss. Correct answer is...
It is Ole Miss.
Neither of you needed the options.
Man.
We got a 4-4 tie. It could come down to this. Who's the all-time leader in passing yards for the Michigan State Spartans? Jamie took the options and went Kirky football, Kirk Cousins. Chris said Kirk Cousins without the options.
Tony Banks.
Chris.
Walk it off.
Oh!
Correct answer is
Connor Cook.
Connor Cook is the correct answer.
See?
You were hoping it was going to be Cousins because that would have been a loss for you. Instead, it's a walk-off. 4 for Chris, gosh. 4 for Jamie.
So we got a different walk-off question because that one's been on there for a while.
Sounds good.
Okay.
But this is how it's going to go.
I thought Kirk Cousins was mediocre. Holy cow.
So does Anthony.
Yeah.
Man.
You didn't read the question properly either. Oh, they didn't take the option, so I guess
he did.
Makes it easy. You didn't read it properly.
I did.
Whoa.
Anthony's guy? It says Anthony's
It
guy.
say Anthony's guy, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he's not, so that's why I didn't. That's why I omitted that part. All right, here's how the tiebreaker's gonna work. Chris, you're gonna hold off on your answer. Jamie will write his answer down. Once we have his answer, then we'll go to you. And closest to the T will win. Closest to the point structure. Or, not the T.
To the pin?
Closest to the pin.
You know what I meant. You know what, Jamie? I hope you lose. All right. Correct.
What a piece of crap.
Go ahead, Carey.
Jordan Brooks led the NFL in tackles this season. How many did he have? You told him the rules already? Okay,
yeah, so Chris, you're going to hold off. Jamie's going to write down his answer.
Tackles.
Jamie's doing math. Okay.
We have his answer. Chris, what's yours?
114.
What did Jamie write down?
Jamie wrote 63.
Oh, okay. Chris.
You have chosen wisely.
I don't know what the number is.
It wasn't.
I don't think it was going to be 60.
Very low.
Yeah. What's the correct answer?
183.
183. All right, so Chris.
It didn't work out the way I wanted.
Chris wins via the tiebreaker.
4 tackles a game.
Should have picked 69, Jamie.
Yeah, should have picked anything, Chris? Go chase yourself.
Okay,
pal, go chase yourself.
Toes, though.
That's true.
That's Anthony's number.
Yeah.
That 3,000.
It happens.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
It's an opportunity to crush Jamie, and you still crush me. Thanks. Appreciate you.
I didn't bring it up. Chris did.
All right,
job,
Chris, nice job. You can celebrate all weekend.
Yeah, great time, Chris.
We'll call you back for Monday for round
Go
2.
cry in your den, Jamie.
Wow. All right, Chris, nice job, man. Have a good weekend.
All right, I'll stick the knife in somebody else on Monday.
There you go.
I like it, Chris. He's not a good guy. He's
smokes.
coming up the Washington.
Yeah, yeah. Holy smokes. We'll see you, Chris.
Oh, man.
All right. Oh, man. So Jamie's going to head to the penalty box.
Yep.
And we're going to hand out a pair of tickets to this year's Cardinals Care Winter Warm-Up, taking place next Saturday, January 17th, and Sunday, January 18th at Busch Stadium and Ballpark Village. Winter warm-up tickets are on sale now. Gives fans access to clubhouse tours, special presentations, autograph stations, activities for the kids, and more, all to support Cardinals Care. Find all the details on this year's Cardinals Care Winter Warm-Up at cardinals.com/WWU. I'm going to give you a difficult question unless you're listening earlier. We had Ryan Clark on to chat about football. He mentioned that he's receiving text messages almost daily from a certain person. Who is Ryan Clark receiving text messages from nearly daily? It's a bigger name. If you have the correct answer, send it into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646.
Is Carey Davis not a big enough name
I was
for you?
like, just about to say that.
He didn't mention you, though.
He made it clear that it's a bigger name. I just felt like that was a shot at me.
You do text him daily.
I mean, I don't text.
But he didn't mention
I don't text
that.
anybody daily.
Oh, we know. Trust me.
You walked into that one, CD. Anyways, if you have the correct answer, again, send it into the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. One of the best matchups all weekend is going to be Bills and Jaguars. If you were to make the argument that the Bills are going to win, is it simply all about Josh Allen and that's it? And if that's the case, what does that say about Buffalo? That's next on 101 ESPN. It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Noon kickoff on Sunday. You got Bills and Jaguars. We have that game for you right here on 101 ESPN with the pregame starting at 11:30. If I were to ask you guys, I know a lot of you. What are you shaking your head at?
I'm just excited, man. Like, yesterday started it. Like, you don't get excited. You're like, man, I can't believe we're here.
I was excited on Monday, and Marsh criticized me.
Like, you had that game last night. You got another one tonight, and then this weekend, and then this Bills, Jags.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
All right, I'm excited.
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm excited.
Me and Tebow.
Damn right.
Yep.
If I were to ask you guys.
What are you doing, sir?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Jamie's got to make his way into the penalty box.
It's like, who's at the window?
I like that spot back there. See, let me know how it sounds to you.
All right, CD. Keep your back turned to me.
I will.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I'll do? I'm going to pull this up, make sure I can see over my shoulder. This guy.
It's a delay.
It is very delayed.
I wouldn't trust it. All right, if I were to ask you guys to make an argument for the Bills to win on Sunday, I would imagine that the answer would be, well, Josh Allen's Josh Allen. If that's your only take on it, and I'm not saying that's the wrong one, but that's the only reason why you would take Buffalo, what does that say about the Bills?
That they are not a good team?
That they're not a Super Bowl caliber team, maybe even a AFC title team?
They have a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, even though he's never been. But they don't have, to me, the team is still lacking, and they have a lot of holes in their team, especially on their defense. So if the Bills win, it ain't because they found some secret sauce to stop the run, because they haven't done that yet this year. It's not because, maybe James Cook went off. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be solely on Josh Allen. James Cook could have one of those days where he's, 120 yards rushing, a couple touchdowns, and maybe 40 yards receiving. Like, he could have a day like that, and that could be the thing that helps them win. But for me, it's on Josh Allen. 17 has to be the best player on the field for that team to win, because I don't think they're a better team than Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Is that where you're at on that?
It's one player and one player only for me is Josh Allen. Can he drag his team to the next round, or does he drag them out of the playoffs? And I guess it doesn't have to be that extreme either. He could have a good game and Jacksonville still wins.
Yeah.
But he can't play good and he can't play bad. He's going to have to play great.
I agree with that. It's funny because I've heard some people have the take of, well, with Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes out of the playoffs, there's no excuse for Josh Allen not to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, right? Well, there's plenty of excuses. The run game, the run defense sucks for Buffalo. Sean McDermott doesn't necessarily give you, I know he's got experience, but he doesn't necessarily give you an edge from a coaching standpoint. The wide receivers are, if you don't like Green Bay's receivers, how can you like Buffalo's receivers? James Cook is a very underrated back, but Jacksonville's run defense is pretty good. To me, there's plenty of reasons or plenty of excuses for Josh Allen and the Bills not to make it to the AFC title game. Hell, they are a road team. Mm-hmm. They're a road team, wild card weekends, because they couldn't outlast New England in the AFC East. So this notion of, well, you got no excuses, Josh. He could play great and they still lose because they're not the better team in this matchup.
They aren't, but I do understand the notion of, no Lamar, no Patrick, no Joe. Those were the teams or the people. I know you beat Lamar and the Ravens last year, because we talk about Mark Andrews dropping that pass and a couple other things. Lamar fumbling. But those were kind of the roadblocks for you, especially Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. Like, Joe Burrow came in there and beat the hell out of y'all a time or two.
Yeah.
So, to me, it is a valid point. You don't have those three quarterbacks or those three teams as roadblocks, but your team this year is probably the worst version of a team you've been on since your first or second year as the quarterback. Mm-hmm. As a team, as a whole. Andrew.
Marshy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just looking at the defensive stats this year, and Buffalo's better than Jacksonville in yards per game, passing yards per game. They're better. Rushing yards per game, they're worse. So that's ultimately where the defense is, probably going to lose the game if they do. If ETN can just run up and down the field, I think Jacksonville has a really good chance of winning that game. But in terms of yards per game total, I think the Bills' defense is better than maybe what we're giving them credit for.
I don't think they're on the field a lot.
I think that's skewed. If you're one of the best teams in stopping the pass, but you're one of the worst teams in stopping the run, it's probably because teams don't feel the need to pass against you. Mm-hmm. Like they're running the ball down your throat, having holding on to the clock longer than you are. Like I think it's more of we're great on the passing downs, but we don't really get to passing downs because we can't stop the run. Like you have to earn the right to rush the passer and have a good pass defense. And if you're in the top, I think they're in the top 3. They've gotten better over the last, I think, couple of weeks. But it was one point they were the number 1 team in yards allowed rushing, and it just, in my opinion, it hadn't gotten better. So those numbers can kind of be skewed, in my opinion, because if I know I can run the ball on you, I don't need to throw the ball if I'm having success with the run.
So I do have I think you bring up a good point, Marsh. I do want to point this out. Buffalo has allowed the fewest opponent plays per game because they sustain drives on offense. But I do think you raise a good point, Marsh. Everybody keeps talking about Josh Allen and then Jacksonville. But what do we talk about with the Jaguars? We talk about how great Trevor Lawrence has been, Travis Etienne, the addition of Jacoby Myers. I mean, they haven't missed a beat since losing Travis Hunter. Like, it's the offense. I haven't heard a lot about Jacksonville's defense. I think they have played well, but they have been largely untested.
Yeah, they play an AFC South schedule and like one of the worst teams. What were they, 3rd place last year?
Yeah, and Davis Mills in the second half against them put on a show.
I mean, they're in the 20s when it comes to their passing yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, Buffalo's
they're a very
defense
efficient group.
Well, I'm talking
Jacksonville.
I'm talking about their defense.
Oh, sorry.
Their defense is ranked in the 20s when it comes to how many yards they're giving up through the air per game. And I think while we are talking about Buffalo's defense, I don't know if we're talking enough about Jacksonville's defense. Because Jacksonville's defense, yes, they do stop the run really well, but Josh Allen can carve you up through the air. He is one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
You're never, Bob.
No. I think we need to talk a little bit more about Jacksonville's defense as much as we're talking about Buffalo's defense.
I think that's fair. And for that reason, I think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be a high scoring game.
We had the stats when the score's over, 49.5. Jacksonville historically is not good.
Now, they only had one of those games this year, you said?
One of those games this year.
But they lost.
They did.
What game was that?
To the Bengals. Or no, it wasn't the Bengals. I think they beat the Bengals. It was earlier in the year.
They lost to the Bengals early in the year. Jacksonville. You talking about Jacksonville?
Oh, they did lose that game.
Yeah, they lost to the Bengals.
Yeah, it was that game.
They lost 31-27.
That was when Joe Burrow got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was that game, in fact. All right. There is one game this weekend that, even though this team, I don't like their chances, I actually think there's at least an argument to be made that this coach should be mentioned for Coach of the Year. That's next on 101 ESPN.
Just a great weekend ahead of so many amazing sporting events. And we start tonight. We got the college football playoff, Oregon, Indiana. You got your Blues playing against the Utah Mammoth. We're talking all day about the NFL. What better way to celebrate all of that than to download the Circa Sports app today? Get on the App Store or the Google Play Store and find the Circa Sports logo. It's white. For the state of Missouri, the logo is white. Click on that, and away you go. If you have any problems, don't worry about it. They've got exceptional customer service. They're going to be there to help you out, walk you along, and you get to talk to an actual human being. Circa Sports is phenomenal when it comes to their odds. In fact, the best odds of any app that is out there, which means bigger payouts for you and great lines on their futures bets. So you think right now you've got a Super Bowl winner? Get on there. Pick that winner right now. Again, best odds are available on the Circa Sports app. They've got player props, they've got parlays, they've got everything you're looking to do, and they don't cut you off or limit you if you're winning. No, they celebrate the winners. They want to see you stay on that hot streak because Circa Sports loves when their customers win. So please don't miss out on any of the action. Download Bet Like a Pro with your Circa Sports app today and join in on all the excitement. Must be 21 or older. For problems gambling, call the Problem Gamblers Helpline at 1-800-522-4700.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues back in action tonight, taking on the Utah Mammoth. Pregame for that one starts at 7 o'clock. Puck drop is at 8. If you have missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Ryan Clark, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We will continue breaking down all of the games for the NFL wildcard weekend. You'll be able to hear a few of those games this weekend. Saturday, we'll have Panthers and Rams. Pregame starts at 3, kickoff at 3:30, and then we'll have the full slate on Sunday. Jags, Bills, Eagles, 49ers, Patriots, and Chargers. And we're going to break down the 49ers and Eagles game coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Before I get to the potential good for the 49ers this weekend, their injury situation, as we talked about throughout the course of the week here, I do not see the 49ers being able to go into Philly this weekend. And even against a Eagles team that has left a lot to be desired, when you're talking about Kittle being banged up, now he will play, but Kittle being banged up, Trent Williams being questionable, their linebacking core decimated. And then on top of that, you have no idea who's going to go down during the game because that's just been a theme for the 49ers. Ricky Pearsall did not practice Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. He's listed as questionable, but probably more likely doubtful. I just don't see how this Niners team can hold up. Not to mention, Brock Purdy did injure his shoulder on the final play against Seattle last week. This is the walking wounded for the 49ers, and I just don't see a path for them to beating the Eagles.
I agree. I think the Eagles are the better team, and even though they haven't performed or played that way all season, I do think that they're the better team. And San Francisco has dealt with so many injuries, which you just broke down perfectly. I guess one question I would have was why was Brock Purdy even in the game at that point? Like, to get injured.
Still had a chance to win.
Yeah, 13-3. Have a 10-point play in the NFL.
Oh, yeah, that's
Last I checked.
No, that's right.
But, yeah, the Eagles have, the 49ers have just had so many injuries this season. And I think the Eagles, in my mind, I still view them as the Super Bowl champ. Mm-hmm. They haven't played nearly as well as they did last year, both either on the offensive side or the defensive side. But I think that they have what it takes to be able to win this game and make a run in the playoffs. And I have no real proof of it other than I saw them do it last year.
Yeah, no kidding.
Nothing from this year makes me believe it.
Well, that's it. That I think is the biggest. No, you're right. I feel the same way, CD. And that I think is the biggest question going into the playoffs in regards to the Eagles. Can they flip the switch? Typically, I don't think teams can. I think it's kind of a false narrative that people live by. Like, hey, well, they'll just flip the switch. This isn't the NBA where you have a bunch of guys that maybe going through the load management throughout the year and record could be a lot better, and then all of a sudden everybody's rested and ready to go. This is the NFL, and I think their issues running the ball this year, even with Saquon Barkley, have been weird. The passing game is typically better the less that Jalen Hurts throws, and that's not a knock on him. It's just I think when they're more Saquon Barkley and running game focused, it allows Jalen Hurts to just do his thing, take his shots downfield, make the big throws to A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, and then, of course, find Dallas Goedert in the end zone, which he's done consistently. Like, all the pieces are there. Mm-hmm. But I don't think correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I mean, you guys play at the highest level. I don't think there's just some switch that all of a sudden you guys flip. And, hey, it's playoff time. Now we get to play our best.
There is.
Yeah, but that's
maybe you ramp up the tempo or the pace.
Already good. Like, if you're performing well,
or you've already done it before.
Yeah, I think this is more about like just the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, is different from what it was last year, and that changes how you go about your offense. It's not the same potent offense as it was last year. The rhyme and how they go about the rhythm is not the same. It has been off, it feels like, all season. Defensively, like, I don't feel as they are getting to the quarterback as easily as they did with just bringing 4. Like, those things don't generally change, in my opinion, depending on the opponent, if they actually know what the hell they're doing. Bless you, Marshy.
Thank you.
But I don't think that there's something that is going to just click on for the Philadelphia Eagles. But I do think that they are better than the 49ers, and I do think that they should win this game.
Yeah, I do. I have seen, I've been a part of teams and seen certain athletes that, in the course of a season, especially if you've been there to the finals a couple of years in a row, whatnot, it's almost like you taper some of your effort, not in a bad way, just knowing, hey, we're going to be a playoff team, and we know what to do come playoff time. Mm-hmm. Am I saying that's the case here? No, I'm not alluding to that. I don't know. I'm not in that locker room. But I have been in locker rooms where veteran players have said, okay, it's go time. And like the last month of hockey has been very average for them. And then all of a sudden, they're at a level that's up here because it's short term. Right. Like you can see the finish line. Yep. And sometimes athletes get tired, they get banged up, they get, I'm not tired of winning, but it's like it becomes a lot. Mundane over and a little bit. Like you're at the field, you get your workout on this day, film on this, like, to the point where now all of a sudden when it gets to be fun time, which is playoffs, like when it means something, all of a sudden their level just goes up just a little bit, a little more attention to detail. Quarterback's a little bit better, running back's a little bit better, blocking's a little bit better. Like just, I do think there could be something there.
On the other side,
which is why I picked the 49ers.
There you go. On the other side, I don't think he should or will win Coach of the Year, but can you make the argument that Kyle Shanahan is at least in the conversation with Mike Vrabel and Ben Johnson? I mean,
this year?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
He has lost. All right, so let me make the argument then.
Okay.
He has lost his best player, his best players throughout the season. Hell, multiple times throughout the season.
For a couple of years, actually.
I mean, George Kittle didn't play a full season. Brock Purdy didn't play a full season. Mac Jones had to start games. The same Mac Jones that was run out of Jacksonville and New England, by the way. He has had Christian McCaffrey all year, but that's been virtually it. The defense, it'd be too long to go over all the injuries that they have had, but we'll talk about the two big ones. Nick Bosa hasn't played the majority of the year, and Fred Warner's been out for a while now.
Yeah.
And the 49ers had an opportunity, if they beat the Seahawks last week, to have the number 1 seed.
If they win that game,
that's remarkable.
Maybe.
Yeah, but here's where I go with it. I don't disagree. So my thoughts are not, contradicting, or I'm not conflicting with you. My issue is I look at Ben Johnson. First year with the team. Yeah. That team has been in shambles for how long now?
Sure.
And look where they're at. That's his first year as a head coach. I look at Duval and look at that team. So I look at other coaches, even Mike Vrabel, for that matter, who went in and made a difference immediately. Now, I know he's been with that team for a while, and he's made a difference this year, but those guys made huge improvements to their teams by going there. And I think that hurts him.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I agree with Jamie. Like the 49ers, I know they were a 4th place team last year, but they're still the 49ers, right? Like there's still a name brand in the NFL. They're the 49ers. When you compare that to like Jacksonville, Liam Cohen, what they've done, that's pretty damn impressive. Like it's pretty impressive.
Even after the way they started the season too.
Mike Vrabel, yes, great team, and I know we had this conversation a while ago, and I even said I think Mike Vrabel should win. The more I think about it, it helps that he has already coached a team and has brought in a team to the playoffs and had somewhat success with the Tennessee Titans. Ben Johnson, though, another first-year head coach, what these first-year head coaches have done to franchises that have not had prior success, the Patriots are a few years removed from being a playoff team. Even with Mac Jones and Bill Belichick, like that team was still a playoff team.
Sure.
Yeah, I think you have to give it to some of these new guys. So I think he should be in the conversation. I'd probably put him at 4th.
All right.
I think that's going to be a great race. Like those three coaches that you all mentioned, Mike Vrabel, Liam Cohen, and Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Any one of them could win it. I'd be.
Would you be mad if?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad. I think it might be Mike Vrabel again. He's won it in Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he did it again. But I mean, what Caleb Williams and the Bears have done has been flat out outstanding. So that's another one.
The final wild card game is on Monday night, but the final wild card game that we're going to talk about, because it's the final wild card game this weekend, Chargers and Patriots. And this one, I think, has a ton of questions, even though I think a lot of people are leaning Patriots. There's a ton of questions on both sides. It's next on 101 ESPN. Whether or not you're taking the Patriots to knock off the Chargers probably has a lot to do with whether or not you think the Patriots are fool's gold. I'm not one of them, but I understand that if you look at their schedule, they had one of the easiest schedules in the NFL period. I think they had the easiest schedule of any of the teams that qualify for the playoffs. Chargers, not so much. They were more battle-tested. While they did have an opportunity to face the Raiders twice, they also played Denver twice and Kansas City twice when Kansas City was still in playoff contention, still had Patrick Mahomes. Chargers also played, other playoff teams such as the Texans. I am not among those that think, well, now that the playoffs are here, Drake May is going to turn back into a pumpkin, and the Patriots overall, they're going to be weaker because they're finally facing a good opponent. At least not in this game. The Chargers' offensive line is a mess. And the Patriots, I don't know if this is the match where the Patriots necessarily open it up and have a bunch of sacks because they're not a team that rushes the passer that well. But I do think they're going to get past the Chargers in a very close game. I just don't trust the Chargers' offensive line.
Yeah, too many injuries in my opinion. Just on the offensive line for the Chargers, that eventually that stuff catches up with you, and you're unable to sustain the success that you had. I would be cautious though because this is the first opportunity for a Drake May-led Patriot team to make some noise in the playoffs. So
sure.
That would be my one caution. But you got a veteran head coach who's both done it as a coach and as a player. I'm going with the Patriots as well. I think it's just too many injuries on the line for the Chargers to actually do anything to help them win.
I think the Patriots are the real deal, man.
Yeah.
I really do. Now, it took me half a season to get there because I kept thinking, look, Cinderella here, the clock's going to strike midnight and you're going back to pumpkin.
Yeah.
I really did. But then the more I watched Mike Vrabel rebuild that culture and watching behind-the-scenes things that he was doing and video of him in the film room and talking to play and him on the field, literally practicing with players, showing them how to do certain techniques and things. I'm like, this guy is all in, and those players are eating it up. And he has been unreal for Drake May. Drake May was... Pick your flopped quarterback in the last decade, or several of them. People were saying that about Drake May. No chance. What? No chance. He's not. The Patriots are going to need that franchise quarterback. And I don't know long-term what it looks like for Drake May, but if nothing else, he proved this year that he can be an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
Runs pretty good offense.
I think he's legit.
Yeah.
It's not like he's surrounded. First of all, it's not like the defense is Houston's defense. It's not like his receiving core is, I don't know, what's your favorite receiving core? Bears got a really good receiving core.
Like in the playoffs? Or?
No, just overall.
Lions.
The Eagles, Lions. I mean,
the Bengals have a pretty good
Bengals have a pretty good. It's not like the Bengals wide receiver core is in New England. He's got two pretty good running backs, but Stevenson had all kinds of fumbling issues early on, and then he was out. Travion Henderson they don't trust him to pass protect when he's in there. So it's like, this is a pretty flawed roster, top to bottom. And they pistol whipped everybody.
Yet they kept winning, right? Like
the last time they lost, they blew a significant lead against Buffalo in the first half.
Yeah, and you live and learn from that.
So
Most
they
of the
have
time,
passed every test. I think they're legit.
Yeah, there's something about like when I watch these games, it's an eye test thing for me. In the Chargers, their offense, it just looks tough for them, right? Yeah. It kind of makes me want to throw up a little.
Well, it's Justin Herbert. He's having to put on his own cape. I wouldn't call it the Superman Josh Allen cape, but he's rocking some other cape.
What kind of cape is that?
I don't know, Batman's cape.
Well, Batman's got a cool
Batman's
cape and cowl. And
who did have the best cape? Because Batman had the one where it went from soft to solid.
Superman had the cape that flew. Yeah, but
Superman's cape was kind of like wimpy. Like, it was a great cape, don't get me wrong, but the cape itself had no character. Don't you think?
Batman's got a pretty cool cape.
I think Batman has a really cool cape.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's cape is like one of those wrestlers that, not WWE.
It's like
though.
the bed sheet that you tied around your neck as a kid.
Yeah, and he jumps off the top rope.
Yeah.
You're like, that,
you thought you could fly, but you couldn't.
That's not going to work.
That might be
like the wrestler in the not WWE.
The Nacho Libre?
Yeah, Nacho Libre. Like the lower. Yeah.
That guy sucks.
That's the Justin Herbert cape.
No, he's fine.
Anthony, sometimes you wear stretchy pants. Just for fun.
They are comfortable.
I can't believe you're disrespecting Justin Herbert.
We're
again.
not. We're talking about Batman's cape is better.
I know. You guys clearly don't.
It's not really a cape, but Doctor Strange has the cloak of levitation. Kind of looks like a cape. I'm not saying that Justin Herbert has that cloak of levitation, but he might need it this weekend.
Yeah, because he's got nothing around him.
Do you guys ever wonder why Wonder Woman every now and then wore a little wee cape? Remember that little wee cape she'd have on? Like,
nope. I don't think I spent a lot of time thinking about it, Jamie.
Really? That was one of my favorite shows.
Interesting.
I preferred...
Justin Herbert's got a Robin cape.
Oh man, this is getting again disrespectful.
Why did Robin wear a cape? Like, there's only room for one. Nah, he's
Batman's
sidekick. He's in the sidecar.
But you get a cape.
You get the dorky helmet in the sidecar.
You jump off of that building, you gotta have.
Yeah.
Like, if you're riding a motorcycle, you get a sidecar. The guy in the sidecar is the one with a leather helmet and the goggles.
And you don't want to be there.
Not you.
Not important.
You've got the cool helmet.
Is it not important?
It's not really. No. We're okay without him.
Wow.
You probably would be. It's like, he's there. But
you guys are rude. That's mean.
Okay, all the Batmans you've seen, how many actual movies has he needed Robin?
You know how many times Batman gets saved by Robin? Just the moment when you're not paying attention and pow, you get the pow. It jumps out. You know what I'm talking about? Pow. And Robin saves the day. Bam. Bam. Pow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not my Robin.
In Batman Forever, actually, Batman has to save Robin.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, because it's dead weight. It's like you got that one buddy who's always lagging behind. You got to always slow down and pick up your buddy.
I'll help.
Oh, jeez, him again.
Come on, I don't need your help, man. Who's going to help you?
You're slowing me down.
Yeah. Guys, your one buddy's like, hey, I'll go to the gym with you. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather work out with the older guy.
Yeah.
So Justin Herbert, not a
Carey.
Not a main character.
Oh, he should be, which is my point.
You don't believe that, Anthony.
Nah, he doesn't. He's starting to not.
I got the Patriots.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. I got the Chargers.
Okay.
Their offense is so ugly. I can't even, it's hard to watch sometimes.
I trust the coach. Anybody who is...
You know what, though? You make a great point.
Jim?
Who doesn't?
You make a great point,
from
though.
the NCAA.
He's been there.
100%.
He's been there before.
Yeah.
Not that Mike Vrabel hasn't, but, if there is a reason for the Chargers to win, you have to look at their head coach and believe that he knows what the right game plan would be.
They got to run the ball.
And with that being said, give me the Patriots.
Yeah,
there you go.
You guys, whatever.
No, not whatever.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude. Are the Blues stuck in no man's land?
Probably.
We'll answer
How
that.
do you know?
Plus, light the lamp next on 101 ESPN. Hey, if you need a new ride, you got to head out to Auto Centers Nissan and Herculaneum. They've got all kinds of great deals throughout the month of January. I'll get to several of those deals here in a second. But when it comes to shopping at Auto Centers, one thing that you'll love is that they've got over 1,000 new and used vehicles all in one location. So when you head just minutes from South County and Jefferson County, you're not settling, you're not choosing, you're picking the right vehicle for you, knowing that you're going to get a great deal and a way to finance it too. And right now, on select new Nissan models, you can get 0 down payment, 0% APR for 60 months, and 0 payments until the summer with their 000 Advantage sales event. It's going on throughout the month of January. Plus, every new Nissan comes with their 30-day return promise, so you can buy with confidence. If you are shopping used, they've got you covered there too, with select used vehicles qualifying for 0 down and no payments for 3 months. And when you you finance any new or used vehicle, you're protected with Auto Center's walkaway finance protection, helping shield you from negative equity if your life takes an unexpected turn. Triple zeros, serious selection, real protection. Shop online now at AutoCentersNissan.com or visit them at Auto Centers, or visit them in Herculaneum, I should say. Tell them Stalter sent you. It's Auto Centers Nissan. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter.
Sometimes,
Your thoughts, Carey?
Nah, keep it to myself.
Scott Wheeler of The Athletic posted an NHL contention cycle.
Oh, of course he did.
Before the season started back in September.
Give me Money Puck and all them while you're at it, too, okay?
There are 3 teams that were placed in no man's land: the Bruins, the Senators, and our St. Louis Blues.
No, what he did there, what he got wrong on that one, by the way, is geographically, we know St. Louis is right in the middle. Right? Like, that's where this got the Midwest. It's right there in the middle. So when he built his graphic, half of it was geographical, the other half was statistical.
I don't know if that's true, Jamie. I don't think he used geography at all to do this little graph.
I think he did.
The graph includes teams that have their window open, opening, closing, closed, time for a rebuild, rebuilding, win later, and of course, no man's land.
So it could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. Absolutely. I guess. Does it feel like the Blues are kind of stuck there right now? A little bit of NHL purgatory?
I don't know, Anthony, what do you think?
Well,
you have to have an opinion.
If we're basing all this on, I don't know, the way they've played, how they've looked.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Marshy, what do you think?
Yeah, I absolutely think they're stuck in no man's land because apparently the re-whatever is over. But this team isn't showing any signs of improvement. And so with that all being said, where are they at on this graph? Is their window open? I would say no.
This graph is confusing as hell.
Are they in win now?
Told you.
Are they in win now mode? No.
How do you know?
Is it time for a rebuild? I wouldn't say so. Is their window closed? Well, it hasn't opened. Are they rebuilding? Maybe you could throw them on that spot. Win later? Maybe. I think they're stuck in no man's land. And a lot of these writers said that this team would miss the playoffs this year, and we all sort of disagreed with them. But
of course we did.
It sounds
Those
like
people are crazy.
Well, are they though?
Man,
What do you think they knew that we just didn't?
Well, we're too close to it.
Well, maybe that's what it is.
I think they played the odds.
They did. We did go over.
I think they played the odds.
The odds
of this team has been a certain way for a certain number of years. And what we thought was going to be the turning point out of, and Doug Armstrong also thought the whatever's over. This is it. The next steps. That ended up all being the outlier, and that the actual team is what we've seen before. Therefore, we're right back where we were.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's interesting because at the beginning of the season, we talked about an article highlighting the Blues would struggle or at least be out of the playoff mix due to a lack of offense. And we were like, well, what are you talking about? They have all these different players that can score up and down the lineup. You know, maybe they don't have that 100-point player, but they do have depth.
Well, they did, though.
They did, yeah. We're just not seeing it, man.
And those guys aren't healthy. Like Holloway. Holloway was supposed to be a 30 to 40 goal scorer this year. He's been injured almost like the whole time. He's been ineffective. Jordan Kyrou has had a little bit of everything going on. Robert Thomas hasn't played very well. He was also injured. Pavel Buchnevich, not injured, although he looked like it for a while. He's not doing it. So, yeah, Colton Parayko, 0 goals.
Do you think
this year he had 16 last year?
You think Pavel Buchnevich is
Russian? Yeah.
Yeah. But do you think he's taking a step back in terms of no, let me finish. Like last year we kind of gave the excuse of, he was playing center, so he kind of start. Like, do you think he's regressing sooner than expected? Because normally that'll hit
Carey.
Around 34, 35 once a few years. Like, let's say you got a 6-year deal, maybe 4th or 5th year into the deal, but not this soon into a deal. Like, do you think? And I'm not talking about numbers. I know the numbers are not what they should be.
I think numbers sometimes can tell a story.
But do you think that this is who he is now, or do you think that he can come out? Now, this is 2 years in a row. Is this what we should expect going forward from Pavel Buchnevich?
No. I do think this is below what we should expect. Now, what we should expect is way lower than what we thought we were getting at the start of this whole thing. And that's why I say numbers tell a story. So when he's playing with the Rangers, we go all the way back to 18-19. 64 games, 30.
18-19.
That's a long time ago.
He's been alive that long?
Yeah.
18-19.
Wow.
So 38 points. 68 games the following year, 46 points. Hey, we're heading up in the right direction. 54 games, 48 points. Gets to your Blues. 73 games, 76 points. We got something.
Pretty good.
The following year, 63 games, 67 points.
Pretty good.
Lower points, but still over a point a game.
Lower games, though. Didn't play as many games.
That's right. Then 23, 24, 80 games. So the full dance card minus 2 games. Down to 63 points. Last year, 76 games, 57 points. So he kind of went up the mountain, and now he's kind of coming down the backside of it.
It's not good.
And he's 30 years old. So,
but you usually get better as you age, right?
That's wine you're thinking about.
But there are certain players. But I don't know if Buch is one. Here's what I'll say about Pavel Buchnevich. One, just get through the year. And then I think Pavel Buchnevich has to take this offseason and get serious. I don't know if he's ever had to get real serious with his offseason training or his preparation or whatever it is. I think Pavel Buchnevich needs to reinvest in himself as a hockey player and start from scratch. Get on the ice twice a week working on some skills, some edge work, some shooting. Get to the gym every day. Get on a nutrition program. Sometimes players are just so talented and so good that they really haven't had to really invest in themselves. It's just been okay. And I think after these last couple of seasons, especially if there's underperformance involved, the first thing I would do is look in the mirror and say, did I do enough? And if the answer is no, then you better fix it.
We got a question from the 314. You know, we're talking about the Blues being in no man's land, which I think the whatever you think about this graphic, I think it's correct, though, as it pertains to the Blues. From the 314, are the boys in the worst spot in the NHL? Don't know if I agree with that.
No, they're not the worst spot in the NHL.
Who is, Jamie?
Well, the Winnipeg Jets are in. The Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames sure are in a tough spot right now.
Imagine being a Winnipeg fan. You win the President's Trophy. You barely make it out of the first round. And then now you're having a season like you're having right now.
I think you're dead last in the NHL. I think
good.
they are. They're 35. They've got 35 points, which puts them dead last in the NHL.
Yeah.
That's where you're at. From first to worst.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough. And, you know, what's going on there is I'm hearing a whole lot of things. Scott O'Neill, who's the head coach in Winnipeg, he was a head coach one other time in the NHL, was in Columbus, and he didn't last long. He got fired quickly. I believe, and I don't know, I've never played for the guy, I believe his act wears thin quickly. And from what I understand is he likes to blame everybody around him, including other coaches, staff members, players, likes to point the finger. Well, in the world of business and sports and just everything, when you're part of a team and you have one individual that just points the fingers at everybody else, that gets old. So I don't know what Kevin Cheveldayoff, the GM, is going to do in Winnipeg, but that ship is sinking fast.
Fair. All right, let's light that lamp.
But a couple of guys can really shoot the puck.
Shoot!
I must confess you scored first.
Well, who was the first person?
Breakaway! Shoots! Score! We got hockey to learn.
All right, Marsh, what we got for standings?
Yeah, nothing's changed. Carey 13, Jamie 10. I have 6. Anthony, you have 3.
Give me Bear. Jonathan Berggren, or give me the Bear.
He was Berggren in Detroit, and he's Berggren here. I still have yet to get to the bottom of that, boys. I feel like I failed everybody. I'll get on that.
We'll call him Bear. Give me the Bear.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, give me Jake Neighbors.
Surprise.
It's got to hit, right? Like, it's got to. It's got to happen.
It
He hasn't
doesn't.
scored his last goal for the year, has he?
Who knows? Do we know?
I don't. But I got faith in him.
We don't know.
Come on, Jakey.
I'm going to go with Braden Shen.
I like that.
Who's the guy you think that there's no way in hell he's scoring? Besides the goaltender.
Joe Hofer. Logan Mayu.
Yeah, well.
Well, Colton Parayko doesn't have a goal.
He does not have one yet.
Although I did choose him the other day. Did not work
He's
out.
the only guy in the team with 0 goals now. That's crazy.
He's been injured, though, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Give me Colton Parayko.
He hasn't.
There it is.
It's on Anthony to get him off the schneid.
I hope so, Anthony.
Get him off of there. He's going to score.
Anthony, get him off.
Get him off, Anthony. You did it. You're going to get him off tonight.
If anybody can do it, it's you.
I believe it. I believe you can get him off tonight.
Yep.
Expect this poop mouth from Jamie, but not you, CD.
We're talking about
not you.
scoring
Getting
a goal.
him off the goose egg.
Yeah, man. What are you talking about?
I don't know what the hell your problem is.
Man, what is going on here?
Cut it out.
We were cheering for you to have a guy that scores for a change.
Yeah, he hasn't scored yet. You got to get him.
You never cheer for me.
That's not true. I do cheer for you.
College football semifinal.
Very true.
You guys done?
Yep.
Think so.
College football semifinal. Indiana, Oregon. This one is going to be fantastic. There's an injury. There's 2 injuries, one on each side, that could have a dramatic impact on this game. I'll tell you what that is next on 101 ESPN. We'll get the other semifinal game tonight between Oregon and Indiana, and I think that this one's going to be fantastic as well. So we have Miami beating Ole Miss last night 31-27 in a barn burner. I said last night, I thought that last night was going to be higher scoring than people thought. I think tonight is going to be lower scoring than people think. If you look at the first meeting between these two teams, neither offense performed necessarily well. Indiana scored 30, but there was a lot of miscues by Oregon, and I don't think Oregon's going to be able to run the football tonight. And I mentioned that the two injuries that I think will have a dramatic impact on tonight's game. One is the one that everybody was kind of charting, so to speak, coming into the playoffs, and that was Indiana losing its top pass rusher. The other one here is Oregon not having Jordan Davison. He's a freshman running back who, if Oregon wanted to start moving the football in the first matchup, they were handing it to Davison, who's a bigger back, somebody that can grind out yards. They used him a little bit too in the passing game. Same thing last week. Well, he's hurt. I don't think that they have a running game that can take advantage maybe of keeping Indiana's offense off the field. Noah Whittington, transfer, redshirt senior, he's not as effective as Davison has been. So now it kind of falls onto Dante Moore, who's had a great year. But if you look at some of the bigger matchups this year, Indiana, he did not play well. If you look at last week against Texas Tech, great defense, certainly, but they had offensive line issues, they had snap issues, and Moore was kind of suffocated in that one. The other game that I wrote down, Iowa. Iowa has an excellent defense, and Moore didn't have a big game. I don't think that this is a situation where it's going to be some back-and-forth affair. I think it's going to resemble more of the Big Ten championship game between between Ohio State and Indiana. Where are you guys on this?
I'm conflicted big time with this game because most of the college football season, what did I say about Oregon? I thought they're the best team in college football. Now, second half, I didn't believe it as much as the first half. And then Indiana beat up on them in the championship game. But I look at Oregon's head coach, and I know Cignetti's a great coach too. Dan Lanning's a phenomenal coach as well. And Marshy's silly can't beat a team twice thing.
Ooh.
Not silly. We've made it silly. You know, it's not silly. I worded that wrong, Carey. You should have helped me there. But
we like to have fun.
We like to have fun with it. That whole thing, I just don't know. Everything in my brain tells me that Indiana's going to win. And they might win by 10 points or more. That's what but the other half goes, yeah, the Oregon team, man, when they're on, they're on. Mm-hmm. And now Dan Lanning has had a full game, as Cignetti has to know what the opposition is doing and all that. But I've got Indiana winning this game just because that part of my brain is way more convinced. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Oregon do it.
For me, I don't think that the running back injury to Davison it can be troublesome, but they got a three-headed monster. And you talked about Whittington. The other one is De'Air Hill, a kid from here locally that is he's averaging 8 yards a carry. Like he's kind of their home run hitter. So I think they'll be fine in regards of trying to find a way to run the football. And the injury to Daly, the defensive end, the defensive lineman for Indiana after the Big Ten championship game, that was it was a freak injury too. Just celebrating and jumped up and I think he hurt his knee. It is significant, but I think they've been playing well without him as well. I think Indiana is a well-coached team. I think both teams are well-coached. I think that Oregon has the better athletes and the better talent. But something about Curt Cignetti and the way that he runs his program and how he gets those guys to buy in and day out. Oregon, you can say the same thing about those guys. I'm conflicted here. I think Oregon, again, is the more talented team, but I think Indiana finds a way to make it happen. And I have no real other reason other than I've seen them do it. And I know we've talked about it. It's tough to beat a team twice. Mm-hmm. But if a team were going to do it, it would be this Indiana team. And I think I was listening to, I forget what I was watching this morning, but the thing about Curt Cignetti is, yeah, they won at Oregon, a huge win. They won 30-20. Curt Cignetti is not going to go in with that same game plan.
Right.
Like he's very, very intelligent in terms of like football intelligence. I don't know him personally, but football intelligence and his ability to tweak some things and work around some things and figure out what worked well, what didn't. They're probably going to have a completely different game plan than they did the last time they played Oregon, and they beat them. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a better game plan than it was when they beat Oregon last time. So
I think that the real chess match is what you talked about with Daly. That game, Oregon's offensive line was a mess in that game. And anytime Indiana would blitz, Oregon had no idea what to do. Now, maybe it's advantage Oregon because they have an opportunity to think, okay, this is how they're going to attack us. This is how we're going to blitz us. And Indiana doesn't have a great secondary. So maybe the shoe will be on the other side here now. But when it comes to losing Daly, I think that's as much of an issue. I know, CD, you don't think that the loss of Davison is that big. I do. I don't think Oregon's going to run the ball well tonight. So if they can't run the ball, and if Indiana can't drum up much of a pass rush, then I think Oregon's offense gets going a little bit. But when has Oregon's offense performed well against a good defense this year? It hasn't happened. Penn State, who we now know not great, not as good as we thought they were, and that they didn't get going until the second half of that game. Just any big-time matchup against a defense, a good defense this year, Oregon's offense has shrunk.
What are you saying, Anthony?
I'm saying Indiana wins this football game. Low scoring.
Yeah. Huh. I just don't see how you can bet against it. I know people will.
I mean, you can.
I said I don't see how. I don't see how.
I
didn't say you couldn't.
I answered you.
But I didn't say you couldn't bet against it.
I'm saying you can.
Yeah, and I was saying the same thing. Except I said I don't see how you could. Like, meaning I don't know why you
headphones.
He does. He broke.
What's your problem?
He broke those.
You're my problem.
You're my problem.
It's Friday, fellas.
Hang on.
Okay.
You decided to jump in on my comment with an ill-advised statement that was not factual to what I was saying.
You're always ill-advised. You're saying ill-advised stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Kinda.
But not then.
Not tonight. Yeah, I
Peacemaker over here wants to jump in.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
It's Friday.
Exactly. It's 5 o'clock Friday, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I think that Indiana should win this game. However, because I've been crapping all over the Ducks this year.
Yeah, you cannot back Oregon.
Vibes, for whatever reason, the world may tell me to go fast lane myself with the Oregon Ducks winning this one. And then, I like a good storyline, Anthony.
Of course.
We get Mario Cristobal and those Miami Hurricanes with a duck as their mascot going up against his former program in the Oregon Ducks, who also have a duck as a mascot.
On duck crime?
We could.
Why is the Hurricanes mascot a duck, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Why are the Cardinals a tree?
Never mind.
Stanford.
I'm asking about this.
No one knows, man.
Jamie basically just said, shut your mouth.
No one knows.
Let's keep it on the rails here. Why does Miami have a duck? A couple things. One, mostly saltwater. Don't see too many ducks hanging out in the saltwater down in Miami.
What about Clearwater, Florida?
Yeah, that's the other side.
Who knows, man?
I know. I used to live in Florida.
I did too. But
Yeah,
I don't know why they have a duck as a mascot. That's a very good question.
Does anybody know why they have a damn duck?
Well, I did look it up. This is what a Google has spit out for us. Miami's mascot is a white ibis. I'm assuming that's what it is. It's not a duck, chosen because folklore says it's the last bird to seek shelter before a hurricane and the first to reappear after, symbolizing the resilience and toughness of University of Miami's teams.
Bullspit, that isn't a duck.
I like that.
Look at the bill on that thing.
It's a white ibis.
Yeah, ibis this. It's a
I
duck.
like that, man. That's a good story. That's a hell of a story.
That thing looks nothing like what Miami has.
That's what they got.
What do you want his beak to
like
be
a flamingo.
But did you see the beak? It looks like a duck.
It does look like a duck. I'll give you that.
Not this white ibis. The white ibis looks majestic, actually.
You barely got that out. Majestic.
I don't think it matters. Don't worry about that. And speaking of Mario Cristobal, I will give him credit. We gave him a lot of crap. He coached a really good game yesterday, and I like the fact that he got so pissed off at one of his assistants that was trying to hug him before the game was over.
He almost got over my head.
He's locked
Ole Miss
in.
is marching down the field.
Yeah.
I'm like, in my director's head, I'm like, somebody put a camera on the coach. He's going to punch that guy in the face.
He's going to kill this guy.
He looked mad holding the trophy.
He's like, yeah.
Did you hear what he said on stage? He says, get some of the players up here. Get rid of some of these other people.
Yeah, he wanted that. He wants to make sure he understands the optics, right? So and RC was Ryan was talking about it earlier, like the optics, like how it is perceived. You get your players up there because now they're on TV. You got all these people up here that didn't play a damn game. Mm-hmm. Cool, you're important, but not as important as the people that I want up here because I want them to know how important they are. Like I need my players to feel the importance level.
I've always hated. That's a strong word. I've always hated that the Super Bowl gets presented to the owner.
Yeah.
What he paid for everybody, but when's the last time he blood, sweat, tears on the field?
Probably never.
That's why the Stanley Cup doesn't go to the coach, doesn't go to the owner,
goes to the captain,
goes to the damn captain.
Well, it's literally like the only trophy that is awarded to the player first.
Why it's the best one.
By the way, as we know now, the white ibis, Jamie said, is very majestic. And we know that it is the last bird to seek shelter before a hurricane or a storm.
Yeah.
Mahomes Longbody said, sounds like Anthony and Marshy are white ibises. They did not run in the storm.
It's a good call.
It's also well known here on Google. Right here, it says the white ibis, known to be the least intelligent of all the birds.
What's a long way away from majestic, huh?
It looks majestic. You ever seen some of, like, we have a dog at home, a Weimaraner, Kaiser. Beautiful dog. Handsome devil. Yeah. Right, Marshy?
The one he got to steal?
Kaiser.
Marsh is about to steal.
If I was going to steal a dog, he'd be the second one I'd steal.
Kaiser's got a brain the size of a pea. But he looks good, though. So he's majestic and dumb.
He's not listening.
I'm not saying about you guys.
No, of course not.
But it's a true fit.
Sebastian the ibis was adopted. He's adopted a native marsh bird called the ibis. This ibis is a marsh bird. It's pretty cool.
Wow, Marshy, no wonder you love the Hurricanes.
Hey, I've been on the Hurricanes since early December. Just saying.
He really has. Honestly, you were on the Hurricanes since last year. When they hit that parlay for
Oh, man, maybe I'll roll one and bet the board this upcoming weekend. Maybe.
Well, we'll get to bet the board.
Yeah.
Next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues are in action tonight taking on the Utah Mammoth. We will have an instant replay show for you from 6 to 7, and then at 7 o'clock we'll have Blues pregame. Puck drop is at 8. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our shows there, all of our interviews there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. It's time to bet the board. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Time to bet the board on this Friday. Remember, all plays this weekend are also available.
Yeah, here we go.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Nope. Here we go.
Carey's going to bet on that one.
Why is that not
till Monday? Yeah, you can.
It's Monday. Stop it.
Oh, no.
You're terrible.
Carey. Yeah, he's already done that before.
You guys are terrible.
Yes, he has.
You guys are cheaters.
Yeah.
I was out of town. Pretty damn ridiculous, man.
Marsh, what are the latest standings?
The same way.
Anthony, you have 3 points. Jamie has 3 points. Carey has 2, and I have 1.
All right, Jamie, you're up.
Give me the over in the first period tonight between the Washington Capitals and the Chicago Blackhawks. Minus 125.
Good play there. Thought about the over in the Jaguars-Bills game. I really like that one, but not as much as I like the under 51.5. Alt line tonight, Indiana and Oregon. I said this game will resemble more of the Ohio State-Indiana Big Ten championship game than some sort of shootout. So I'm going to put my bet the board money where my mouth is and take the under tonight, Indiana, Oregon.
Well, good. Good job.
Thank you.
Give me Travis Etienne over 60 yards rushing. Minus 1.
Let's go, baby.
It's a pretty good play there.
That's prime. Come on.
I literally wrote that down for me. That was my pick.
Did you?
That was literally my pick.
Marsh,
Yeah.
hang on.
Gone.
Carey, would you like to change your pick?
Nah, I'm good.
No, it's fine. I have a backup pick.
Wow.
I have a backup pick.
That doesn't
60 yards.
Oh, look at my screen. I literally have it pulled up right here. I'm not kidding.
I can't see anything. You know that.
Well, you don't have your
headphones.
Even
no,
with
you do
these
have-
on, that gets worse because, see, I'm in the back.
By the way, I like your new glasses.
I'm in no man's land with these. Can't see far, can't see close. You like these glasses? They're not broken.
They look good.
Kind of cool. I like that rubberized thing.
All right. Well,
I like the rubber. Night off.
Since Carey took my pick, I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence, 25-plus rushing yards against the Bills.
There you go. Travis Etienne getting 60 yards against the Bills feels like
Taking candy from a baby?
Man, it kind of feels like.
Why would you ever take candy from a baby?
Why would the baby have candy?
First of all,
why would the baby have candy?
That's question number one. True, if the baby has the candy, it is covered in slobber, probably stuck to its face.
Probably dropped it on the ground, on the carpet.
And you're taking the candy from the baby? Like, ooh, can't wait. Like, where did that come from?
It's easy.
Like, taking candy from a baby.
Probably Roman times.
Yeah, but like I understand the thing. Always thinking it's easy, but no kidding, it's easy. Take anything from a baby is pretty easy.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be candy. You're right.
Binky, bottle, towel, blankie,
and really,
teddy bear.
Literally anything.
It's pretty much anything.
They sleep
if
a lot.
you can't take it from a baby, then like you better get to the gym.
You probably are a baby.
Maybe.
Might be.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Glad we broke all this down.
You guys did a good job there.
The answers, but
no, it's okay. Sometimes life is just about the
life
process.
Is like a box of chocolates.
Anybody know that one? Take candy from a baby.
Blues Mammoth pregame tonight, 7 o'clock. Puck will drop at 8. So you can listen to the pregame right here on 101 ESPN. And the home of the Blues will carry the puck drop at 8 o'clock. Again, right here on 101 ESPN. We have Florida-Tennessee college basketball tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m., which is the pregame. The tip-off is at 11 a.m. And then we've got NFL Wild Card action between the Panthers and Rams. 3 o'clock, kickoff at 3:30, so the pregame's at 3, and that's ahead of the Blues Golden Knights pregame at 8 o'clock. The puck will drop at 9 o'clock in Vegas. Triple header of NFL playoffs on Sunday, right here on 101 ESPN. So if you find yourself in a car, you're riding around, whatnot, Jaguars, Bills, kickoff at 12, pregame at 11:30. Eagles, Niners, kickoff at 3:30. And the Patriot Chargers will kick off at 7:15. So we've got wall-to-wall sports coverage for you. Blues game tonight, Blues game tomorrow night, NFL all day Sunday, and the Panthers-Rams game tomorrow. All right, when we come back, we'll wrap things up here in the fast lane. By the way, I know we handed out the winter warm-up tickets. I'm sure we have a winner by now. The correct answer to the question, which was, who did Ryan Clark, who was our guest earlier today, who did he say he was receiving text messages from consistently? Correct answer is
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin. That's right. So congratulations to whoever won those tickets. Marsh, I'm sure you know the name.
I mean, good job.
Is it Bill or Ron?
Chris.
You guys want to guess the name?
Trevor.
Mark.
Chase.
Pat.
Larry.
Hank.
Corey.
Gilbert.
Greg.
Jim.
John.
Bill.
Kurt.
Signetti.
Matthew.
Dan.
John.
Jamie.
Jake
Barry.
Andy. Andrew.
Logan.
No. We haven't hit it.
Mm-mm.
Mark.
First name is the first name of a coach who was fired this season.
Brian.
Mike.
Brian.
Flores.
Dayball.
I was thinking of Brian Kelly, which so happens to be
Another.
the school that Lane Kiffin is now the head coach of.
Do we have Brian's last name?
No, we don't give out last names.
Just having fun.
Unless it's an accident.
It does happen.
It does happen.
If you're a big fat A, sometimes it happens.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It was funny, too.
It was hilarious. Keep the feet moving.
You did.
Happened.
Oops.
None is here.
Did you dump it or just keep going?
We couldn't.
We were
on remote.
we were at the at Enterprise.
Yeah.
Keep the feet moving.
Yep. Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, well.
I'm sure he's fine.
He knows he sent
We
it.
haven't heard from him since, but
He switched stations,
Not
so he
listening
had no
anymore.
idea.
oh no, he hadn't been a 10-year listener.
Yeah, listener.
Had he called me out on it, I'd be like, liar, you said you switched.
Yeah.
All right. We'll wrap up the show next on 101 ESPN.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now and build the perfect same-game parlay. Bet the game live or try our quick pick parlays that are pre-built just for you. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO250BM and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250. Whether you win or lose, must be 21 plus and physically present in Missouri. Open to new users only. Minimum odds minus 500. Awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you missed anything from the Fast Lane today, outside of this, you know what's funny? I always start off this segment and I say, if you missed anything today, you got to be listening to have me tell you.
Yeah, but I think if you missed anything means like, hey, if you weren't able to listen to
That's true. Like if you missed the Ryan Clark interview earlier today because you joined us at like 2:30.
Whatever. Sometimes people are in the car for like 6 minutes. They go from one spot to the other.
I thought that's what you would
done,
admit.
Jamie.
I think you're good. I like the way you word it, Anthony.
I thought you meant it that way.
Yeah.
It's the only way I took it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You want us to clap for you?
No, I was clapping for you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was to lead the clap.
No, it's just for, it's for you guys. I was clapping for you.
Clap for you.
Clap for you.
Clap for you.
Away, Anthony! Boy, I feel this is we are together right now, guys. Nice job. Right ahead of the weekend too. Yep. Nice work. Anyways, if you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Star Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Shaver Door Company. Let's find out what everybody learned today. Jamie, what'd you learn?
I learned that there's a lot of things that don't make sense, but totally make sense, maybe. Like the Miami Hurricanes have what looks to be a duck as a mascot, which doesn't make any sense, but it's really supposed to be a white iris. That's kind of
Ibis.
Iris.
Iris is
A song by?
Wild Iris.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, correct.
Yes, a white ibis, and that totally kind of makes
did
sense.
well,
I guess. Also, like taking candy from a baby. Why would you? But again, yeah, it would be easy.
It would be easy.
Yeah.
I mean, the phrase is accurate. I mean,
It's completely
it would be
accurate.
easy.
It's just it's really kind of weird.
Right.
Like throw the baby out with the bathwater.
That one.
Why
still,
would you?
I don't get that
You
one.
know?
How
We
do you not
talked
know
about
the
it.
damn baby's
The
in the
water
bath?
was so
Right,
dirty.
you just-
By the time the baby got
But
in,
you just threw the baby in? Like,
you
if I put
forgot.
the baby in the bath, I'm holding the back of the head. I'm making
this
sure
is
the
a long
baby's
time ago,
Yeah.
man. You don't know.
Roman
They
days.
were.
So you just threw your kid in the water?
Maybe.
you
You know,
did
if you
that
throw
in
a
the
baby
sink.
in, when they're younger,
They can, but what if they don't?
They usually do. They know how to survive when they're younger. Like,
They don't know anything.
they know that.
How do you know you can't communicate with them?
Yeah, and I've never thrown my baby into the river either.
How would you do that?
I thought it was bathwater, not
So
river.
how'd you get to a river?
Well, if you're throwing the bathwater out, where are you throwing it?
Out the window.
No, man, the
Come
river.
on.
You send it home.
How the hell you gonna take the bath?
Just in the water back home, Carey.
There's a lot to learn here.
Certainly is.
Yeah.
Carey, what'd you learn
I
then?
learned that the Blues stink in the second period.
Oh.
That's what Marshy told us.
Uh-huh.
He gave us the numbers to bear it out.
See what he did there. One more shot at me before the weekend, eh, buddy? Okay.
He gave me a shot in the ribs a little while
I
ago.
did. It's going to get worse later.
It's nice, guys. Marsh.
I learned that typically Jamie has ill-advised comments. He makes ill-advised comments, but not that one time. It was all gravy.
Thank you.
I missed that one.
I don't think they're ill-advised. I think it's a matter of opinion.
Is it?
Ill-advised opinion.
I learned that Carey
Oh, here we go.
is just as dirty as Jamie.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys went back and forth today, back and forth on what I was going to do to Colton Parayko, and I thought that was disgusting.
The fact that we went back and forth is none of your business.
That's true, too. That's fair. All right.
You know what you're gonna do for him today.
Yeah. If he scores
did it.
tonight, you know what you have to do for
You
him.
know what you did. You did it.
Celebrate.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Sure you will.
High five?
Kind of.
Okay.
Something.
Marsh. What do you got for 3 stars?
Oh, you want to know those 3 stars, don't you?
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
Well, our 3rd star of the day goes out to a basketball player, but you get said basketball player if you combine 2 of our quarterbacks in the wild card weekend. Caleb Love
Caleb Love.
is our
Caleb
3rd
Love.
star of the day.
Nice.
Hooping for the Portland Trailblazers, if I'm not mistaken. Had a huge game against the Warriors earlier this year. He's balling.
2nd star of the day goes out to a quarterback who used to play for the Rams, does not currently, Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
You know it's a day when Sam Bradford makes an appearance on your show.
Bradford.
Yeah. Carey was he was all over the place in that segment.
All over the place. That mushroom coffee.
And I quote, the Rams better protect Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
Well, they never did.
That's why he was injured more than he played.
Yeah,
Exactly.
First star of the day, we got to give it to the white ibis.
Yeah. Let's go.
That bird.
Poor thing.
Boy, it's a fun sports weekend. That's for sure. Got a lot of football ahead of us. Got a couple of Blues games, so gonna be fun. Lots to break down on Monday too.
Man, I feel like this weekend might be better than Black Friday. That weekend.
Anthony's excited.
It rivals it.
It is a great.
It's way better than Black Friday.
Oh, easy. That's my
These
favorite
games
weekend.
mean more.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
This is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Yeah.
But are they going to do it again next year? Because I don't remember this being the case for.
If it's good this year, they might do it again.
Probably.
All right, cool. Just say
They
you get to
should.
put up the Christmas stuff around Black Friday. No, okay. All right. I'll go to hell. See ya.